It's your girl MariahSincere, and I am back with another bomb live. Oh, my camera's a little bit off. Well, for those of y'all who don't know, I'm an American living abroad, an American woman living abroad, and I have been living abroad for the past 2 years now, mostly in Medellin. Now I'm in Santo Domingo, making my transition here to the Dominican Republic. And I must say, the dating scene abroad has stirred up quite the controversy. Mostly men have been talking about it, but I want to explore this a little bit more. And I want to bring in some different elements of American society and talk about why people might be choosing to move abroad to find love. Now, let me be very clear. And this is going to be a controversial take, but really it's not that controversial. And I actually began exploring this theme when I first started watching Priscilla Carr on High Powered Podcast, and she would break this down so eloquently. But I believe that the vast majority of people are incapable of love. Okay? I honestly and truly do. I believe that most people are looking for somebody to feed their ego and to do what they want to do. And most people are not willing to be of service, right? I believe that love requires a willingness to try to understand the other party. Most people don't want to genuinely understand the opposite sex. They just want to talk shit and they want to complain about what it is that they feel that they're not getting. And people will act like they love you and they care about you, but until you can't show up in the way that they want you or feel like they need you to show up. And to me, it becomes a point where that's not love, that's transactional. A lot of people are misusing the term love. A lot of people are not looking for love. People confuse care for love. What's the difference? Love is steady. Love is patience. Love is kind, right? What people are confusing love for is caring, right? But you could care about somebody today and not give a damn, wake up and not give a damn about them tomorrow. So most people are not looking for love. They are looking to get their carnal pleasures and desires met through another human being. And in return, relationships are becoming more and more transactional, which is causing bitterness in a lot of people. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Now, with that said, I'm going to go to a couple TikTok videos. I think, a lot of us older people, I'm saying I'm older, but I'm like 33. But even I'm like old enough to remember a time when it seemed like people actually were able to form deep relationships in the United States. And now that's not something that is happening anymore, y'all. People are not attaching. What's up? Hey, Kelvin. Hey, Blessed Aries. We ain't old. Okay, well, we getting up to we auntie status. We aunties for sure. Okay. Auntie and unc. Okay. But y'all know, I think we're still old. We're old enough, like, right? If you're a younger millennial, you're old enough to remember when people actually dated and the relationships felt genuine. But then you're young enough to have gone through the dating market and experienced all of the non-attachment, the non-committal, and the non-committal ways of people. And people will claim that they want connection so bad, but when it comes time to connect, or when it comes time for them to actively play a part in genuine connection, people don't want to show up and do their part. They just expect the other person to do 100% of all of the work that it takes to connect. And I think that's the biggest problem. People want to withdraw, but they don't want to make any deposits. That's genuinely and truly the biggest problem that I'm noticing with modern dating. Jamie's, you getting blocked. MySpace days were great. They were. They were. Okay, for those of y'all who are just now coming on, I have a fundraiser going on for Sasua. Well, somebody sent me a Cash App today, so I have to update it. Hold on. So we at 950. 950. So for those of y'all who don't know, I want to take a trip to go to Sasua at the end of the month in July. But I also need to update some of my equipment. I need a new microphone, and then I want to do a microphone, so get a microphone so I can do my IRLs. No, not my camera's about to die. Anyway, well, I'll just have to do it on here. So yeah, you can contribute to my Cash App or my PayPal, because if you send it on YouTube, if you send it and it's a super chat, especially after the 30th, if you send it after the 30th, I'm not going to get it until the end of August. And just put Sasua on anything you said. All right. So let me get to what it is y'all came for. I'm going to go to TikTok. And let's see what Gen Z is saying. I actually feel the worst for that generation, because I think most people in Gen Z will never, ever, I don't care what they look like. I don't care how beautiful they are. I don't care how much money they have. I genuinely believe that most people in Gen Z will never know what it's like for somebody to genuinely care for them and have concern for them and be affectionate towards them. Their attention spans are too short, and there is a lot of narcissism within that generation. So I actually feel bad, because most of them will never know what that truly feels like. Okay, so I'm going to go, let's look at some things they're saying about modern dating in Gen Z.
All right, I might ruffle some feathers with this one, but if you thought that dating in 2025 was bad, 2026 just cremated it. Dating isn't just cooked anymore. It's overcooked, charcoal, burnt. And here's where it went wrong. Everyone was told they deserve the best without becoming better.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we've got people who want marriage benefits with talking stage effort. Everybody wants loyalty. Nobody wants discipline. Everybody wants honesty. Nobody wants accountability. Social media has convinced people that they've got many options, and dating apps convince them that they're special. Now, average effort thinks it deserves elite results.
Well, that's the thing.
Men are becoming more feminine.
It's so bad that people think that, like, if I just do a little bit more, most people aren't concerned with, let me put in my best effort. It's so bad that people have the mentality of, if I'm doing just a little bit more than the next person, then you should be good with that. You know, but here's the thing. When the bar is in hell, that ain't saying much. Remember back in the day, you had to ask a girl out or ask her to be your girlfriend? Yeah. Most people, you ask them where they met today, they met on Instagram. They met on Facebook. They met on, people aren't even really going outside like that to meet people. I miss 90s love. Can you please base your opinion of American dating on one of Medium Man's videos? He usually backs his points with data and challenges a lot of common dating myths, especially about Black men. I mean, I can go review it.
Women are becoming more masculine, and everyone is shocked why. I'll tell you why. You've got men who want constant reassurance and emotional fucking babysitting. And you've got women who want to lead, dominate, and debate everything like it's a freaking podcast. Men say that women are unrealistic, and women say that men are immature. Although both are right, both are still single. I miss when dating used to be, how do we build this together, babe? Now it's, well, what can I get without committing?
But you know why people are scared to build today? My camera on here is about to die. I'm gonna have to move my laptop. Okay, guys, give me a second. Let me plug my camera up. Hold on. I had to come on y'all from here. My lighting is bad from here, but oh well, it just is what it is. People are afraid to build with people these days. I'll be completely honest. It's because they're afraid and they've heard so many stories of once everybody finally gets up, the other person wants to trade you in for a new model. And that's just the reality of the matter. So you keep hearing, like, every time I go on, for example, every time I go on TikTok or Instagram, the advice that women are giving is never date a man when they're broke. Because if you date a man when they're broke, they're not going to appreciate you, or they're going to like not want to stay with you when they get on. And I'll be completely honest. Every girl that I know, I've been young before. I've dated men when they weren't necessarily where they needed to be financially. And I'll be honest, when I say every time I tried to do that, the man was not appreciative. They just weren't. They felt like you were doing something that you were supposed to be doing. And I'm not the type of person, like, if I do something for somebody, I never bring it up again. If I had to help you out, I'm never going to throw it in your face. You never owe me. None of that. It's not I did this, and that. Even if we get into it, I'm never bringing it up again. But you can be that type of solid individual that hold people down when they're down, and it's not enough for people. So it's like, can you blame the young ones who are like, or the older people who are telling the younger people, hey, don't hold people down when they're going through their struggle? Because most people are ungrateful. Mariah, are you familiar with Sarah Fontenot? She would be relevant to the subject matter. I can look her up. So I have two people y'all want me to look up. Sarah, here. Is she on YouTube? Fontenot. Oh, I've seen her. I'm familiar with her. When we first started dating, social media did not exist. You had to write a letter, spray cologne on it, then wait for a letter back. And you were nervous the entire time. You had to actually put in some effort. Come on now.
And no, this isn't a gender war. I just want to put that out there. It's standards without structure.
You know what question people need to start asking themselves? Like, before you complain about the people that are available in your dating pool, I want people to start asking, would I date myself? Forget looks, because that could play a part in it. But like, just your personality. If you were another individual, would you want to be in a relationship and be spending time around yourself? Would you like you if you weren't you? And a lot of people, if they're being honest, they can't say yes. When you be like, would you want to hang out with you? Would you think you're a pretty cool, positive, inspiring, uplifting person that somebody could build and grow with? Do you motivate people? Do you try to understand people? Do you try to say the right thing? Do you try to do the right thing? Most people can't answer yes to that.
Like, you can't want traditional love with modern laziness. You can't want peace while acting like chaos is freaking cute. See, here's the part that people hate hearing. A feminine woman does not weaken a man. She actually controls him better than any force ever could. Because a calm, soft, grounded, feminine woman will have a strong man working harder than any argument ever will. And a strong man doesn't suppress a woman. He gives her space to soften up. But instead,
this is the
we've
problem.
got men
People want, like, for example, women want masculine energy for men, but they don't want to be feminine. And men want feminine energy from women, but they don't want to be masculine. And then both sides have a very twisted view of what they believe femininity and masculinity is. I'll even bring the whole travel space in. A lot of those men who have sex with prostitutes and share them in a group chat, they think they're being masculine. Oh, you see her? I was straight piping her down. They think that's masculine behavior. They think showing their body parts going into other women is masculine behavior, to other men. They think that's masculine. They associate that with masculinity. It's a lady on K9 page that I'll pay you to battle named Melissa. What you want me to battle the girl about? You want me to debate her? What are you talking about battle? You want me to debate the girl about what?
avoiding responsibility, women avoiding softness, and both calling it independence. Hey, newsflash, people, you can't have two leaders in a romantic relationship. Just like you can't have two followers. That's not a relationship. That's just chaos with matching outfits.
Right.
Now, we don't need men acting like men from 1920s. And we don't need women pretending that they don't need men at all. We need men to be men and women to be women. And both to stop being offended by biology. Disagree with me in the comments. I'll wait.
Okay.
All right, I might run.
I mean, it's not that I disagree with what he's saying. It's the problem is both sides are waiting on the other side to change. And this is really a situation where everybody as an individual have to look at the man in the mirror and they have to change. Like, people have to make a decision for themselves to stop hating the opposite sex and make the necessary changes. And will that necessarily lead to a successful relationship? Probably. Like, maybe, maybe not. You never know. Nothing in this life is guaranteed. But at least for the sake of just being able to just go about peacefully and interacting in society. I think another thing is too much. Here's another thing I noticed. Everybody is vying for power and control. And it seems like relationships have been reduced to who can get the upper hand in the situation. And that's just the reality of the matter.
I can never be a pick me because in real life, I'm least likely to get picked. I'm least likely to get picked because it takes a strong man to go where he's wanted and not needed. And it sounds good in theory. Men will tell you that's what they want. They want to be somewhere where they're wanted, not somewhere that they're needed. But I'm telling you, as somebody that has watched it in real time,
she's not wrong. She's not wrong. I mean, when you think about, first of all, she's a very beautiful girl. Y'all can't
man is going to
say
go
she's
where
not.
he
She's
feels
very
needed.
beautiful, very gorgeous. But she's not wrong, because the first thing that I hear the men say when a woman can make her own money, when she can provide for herself, you hear a lot of men say, well, we don't want her no more. That's why you see a lot of the older men going and getting the girls that are 18 and 19 and snatching them up before they ever get a chance to go to school or ever get a chance to make anything for themselves. Because why? Now you've got a woman that's going to have to be dependent on you for a very long time. And if she has to be dependent on you, then you pretty much get free reign to do a lot of stuff. I told y'all about a lot of the girls that I worked with in the club that they married older dudes, right? The older dudes took him out the strip club, and the girls never went to school or did anything, and started having babies and stuff. So now those girls they hate those men because now we're all older. We're in our 30s. They hate those men, but they can't go anywhere. You know what's the number one conversation I have with them? It's financial at this point. It's like, bruh, I don't have anything going for me. I have to be here. And the men that used to like adore them because they were these young hot things, now like treat them like absolute shit. You know, after they've had the kids, and they're still pretty girls, but it's like after they've had the kids and it's just routine to the dudes, it's like they don't get that treatment that the dude was first giving them when he was trying to show he can be a provider. Most men with dating experience have let a good woman go or treated one poorly. A lot depends on maturity and stage of life they're in. Yeah, that's true. I've had a few. You know what? You know what the problem is? People highly overestimate their ability to find a good, genuine, solid person. So it's like if somebody gets one, they think they can easily get another one. But yeah, no. And you know what? I've actually had men come back and tell me, hey, it was like you was the right woman. It was just the wrong time. But that time has passed, you know. But yeah, a lot. I've even heard, but you know what? To be honest, I've heard some women say that they have fumbled some good men before too. I don't hear women say it as often, but I have heard women say it. Somebody talking about me negatively. Child, I don't care to get involved in no beef. I'm gonna let whoever talking about me, they can talk. I really don't care. I ain't come on here for all that.
Every single time. Yeah. So if you're not ready to cosplay like you're a damsel in distress, I fear you're not going to get picked. And I've had to come to terms with that. Like, do I want to be somebody that
I ain't gonna
needs
lie.
a man?
I tried that. I tried like faking like I needed help with certain things. I'm like, okay, maybe the guys will treat me better if they see me as like a weak. So like I would fake like I needed help with certain things or didn't know how to. That shit don't work. That shit do not work. I don't know why that don't work either. Like I don't know if they can like tell, like see past that, but that don't work. It don't work.
Or am I okay flying solo until the right one comes? I had to just be okay flying solo because what it comes down to is I'm not about to make no man feel like I need him because it would be a lie. My lifestyle is not dependent on you. My happiness is not dependent on nothing. My orgasm is not even dependent on you. Like I really have to want you. I really have to want you. There's no aspect of my life where you're a necessity. And I don't know. I don't know that a man is going to, he has to just really, really want me. And I'm okay waiting for that guy to come because that's always what it is for me. When I get put in
just wanting somebody, people can want you today and not want you tomorrow. And I think that's part of why men would rather be needed. Because it's like you, as a woman, you could wake up and your feelings could change from day to day. But like if you need him, you're not going nowhere. You feel me? Is it masculine energy or is it the truth though? Does she need a, like, if she can take care of herself, if she can pay all her bills, does she need a man to do it? I'll be honest, when she was talking about she can pleasure herself, most women will tell you they get the job done better than a man by themselves. Women lie to men a lot. Women lie a lot. You might say it's masculine energy, but like, I'm a woman. Women talk about these things amongst each other. We do a lot of lying to soothe y'all's ego. And what she's saying is, I don't want to lie. I don't want to pretend. I don't want to fake. Is that masculine? Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. When women are not lying, somebody said this. When women are not lying, y'all get very upset. Somebody said, Shorty, is she masculine and worthless? Because she talked, just because she told. She not the first woman I heard say that. Women sit up and talk, even amongst, because y'all say our grandmothers are more feminine. These were the conversations that they were having. They were just more in a position where they had to lie to keep the peace in the house. A lot of you know what? I'm going to tell y'all the truth. A lot of the lessons that I personally, because people keep bringing up y'all grandmothers and this, I will never forget this day. And it was so like, it was something so eerie. Like, it was eerie for me to hear. And it, like, I will never forget the words my great grandmother, my big mama, she's still living. My big mama told me. And my big mama had been single for years, and she grew up in the old, she used to work on a cotton farm. My grandfather used to pick cotton, all of that in Texas. And, she went through a lot with men. And my great grandmother on my grandmother's side, she had 6 husbands. And, that was a whole lot of drama. But I'll never forget my big mama told me, she told me men don't love women anymore like they used to. So you make sure you look after you and that baby. Because by then I already had my daughter. And like, I will never, and at that time, I still was like, how am I trying to say this? I just thought that was so harsh for her to say that. Like, how could you say that? It was like, this can't be true. Like, I don't want to believe what you're talking about. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, as much as y'all like to say the younger women, the generation of women are masculine, y'all got to understand, a lot of the older women were giving us the game. A lot of the older women are the ones who are warning us about certain things. And then when we don't listen to them, they're like, I told you. The main issue is a lot of women were not raised to be wives. Do you think the men are being raised to be husbands, Romeo? Do you think the men are being raised to be husbands and learn how to actually deal with and handle what all comes with a woman?
Third party.
Because I'm going to be honest. I told you I used to work at the high school. 80% of these little young boys gay. I'm not talking about y'all generation. I'm talking about Gen Z. Young Gen Z. I used to work at the high school. And I used to know about the little gay stuff they be in the bathrooms and stuff doing. And the stuff the little gay boys would come tell me. It would be the star athletes, football players, basketball players, gamers, nerdy boys. All 80% walking around here gay. So do y'all think these young boys are being raised to be masculine and to be husbands. No, these young boys are being raised off of corn. They're being raised off of corn. And they in the bathrooms in them high schools giving head to each other. That's what they do. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. But here's the thing. This is where the disconnect comes, Romeo. If men are not raised to be husbands, but the women are raised to be wives, this is where you create an imbalance, because the women are chasing a ring and the men are out here focused on other things, right? And then they just start running through these women who want a ring. So she vulnerable. They start running through these women or dating them all, playing them all, because they're all focused on the ring. He ain't focused on settling down with nobody. So guess what? It creates an imbalance and it creates bitterness amongst the women. Then the men wonder why the women don't want to seek marriage and be wives no more. Well, when you put the women into dating markets where the men don't want to be husbands, it creates a power imbalance, and nobody want to live like that. This is not just going on with Black people. This is everywhere. All the races in the United States, they are not, they're marrying at a much lesser rate, getting into relationships. The loneliness rate amongst Gen Z is up.
Situations, when I find myself in some type of triangulation with a man, it's always with a bitch less than me in some facet. And it's not in a way to down the woman, right? It's always a woman that needs something from him or that can stroke his ego in a way that I simply can't, because she can make him feel more needed. She can make him feel
Y'all
like
know
more...
how crazy it is too. I remember I was talking to this dude. This is how egotistical people are. I was talking to this dude and we had already dated before, and we were talking again, right? It hadn't gotten anywhere serious, but he basically let me know that he was in a transitioning period in his life, and he was like, I know you're a good woman, and I know if I were, I wouldn't be no good to you right now. This is exactly what the man said to me. He said, I wouldn't be any good to you right now because I have X, Y, and Z going on. Do you know what I told this man? The mature response. I said, oh, I understand. It's just bad timing. Do y'all know that man got upset and blocked me after that? Then he unblocked me. And he said the reason why he blocked me is because I be acting like I want to mess with him, but then I be playing games. What? Sir, a lot of men don't want to deal with you unless you are begging them for a relationship. Now, you already told me it's not the right time, right? The mature thing is to say, I understand it's not good timing. How you gonna get mad at me because I handled the situation maturely? Now you in your feelings and upset. It's talking about I'm playing games. This is how crazy folks act. This is how you can say it's genuine. You say only hearing one side of the story. It's genuinely that goofy and crazy. Genuinely that goofy and crazy.
necessity, whether that be within her physical life or emotionally. Like from an emotional standpoint, she needs him more than I do. You get what I'm saying? And I had to come to terms with that. Like, babe, because you're genuinely not a pick me, there's a lot of times where you're not gonna get picked. Like, and it really used to get to me when I was younger because I couldn't understand it. But as I got older, I realized, like, no, the way my mom raised me, I'm a very independent, self-sufficient woman. Like, it's very ingrained in me. And if it ever comes a time where I do fall down and I need help, the last thing that comes to my mind is to ask a man. I'm going to figure out how to get up and get it. And if I get up and I cannot get it, I'm going to come ask my.
But here's the thing. People got to decide what they want, because she's saying the last thing she's going to do is ask a man. But then the men get upset when y'all meet a woman, and the first thing the woman do is start asking for financial help because she can't provide. So what do y'all really want? Do y'all want to be providers, and do y'all want to date women that need y'all and are got their hand out as soon as they meet y'all, or do y'all want to date women that have their own and try to figure things out on their own? Because it can't be both. It can't be both. So y'all tell me in the comments, would y'all rather the independent chick or the chick with her hand out? Y'all be honest. With the chick immediately with her hand out.
Mama. The only man I might ask is my granddad. I fear. I can't. I don't really have it in me to come to a man with a handout, or even like to emotionally depend on a man. Like, if I have a time where I am emotional.
No, I don't be asking men for money either. Like to just go ask for, like, no, I don't be asking men for no money either.
Not feeling safe and sound, the last place I'm gonna go is actually to a man. When my emotions are awry, I avoid men like the plague because I don't see them as a benefit.
And part of the reason why, y'all, that I don't is because, again, when I do something for somebody, I like if I, for example, if I give money to a friend, I don't want it back. It's a gift, and I'm never gonna bring it up. I don't care if we get into an argument. I'm never gonna go tell people that you borrowed money from me. I will literally never talk about it again. Most people, as soon as they get upset with you and they did something for you, they're throwing it back in your face and they're going and telling everybody. And like, because I see people do that, it is very difficult for me to accept help from people.
They don't even have emotional intelligence. How can you help me? Okay. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you're going to be an independent woman, if you're going to be self-sufficient, if you're going to be emotionally stable or even emotionally sufficient and dependent on yourself, understand that there's a lot of instances that you will not be chosen by a man. He might like you. Y'all might have all the chemistry in the world. You might spark up the most intense feelings in that man. But when it comes down to it, if he can go get his ego stroked somewhere else, that's what he's going to do.
I mean, is there a healthy, happy medium? Because it's like, I don't like to pretend like I need a man either, but I am very loving and sweet and hold hands and kiss thee, rub your back, cook and that kind of stuff. I'm not about to like fake anything though, but I will be very sweet and like doting because I want to be. Like, that's just naturally who I am. I'm even like that with my child. I be all over my daughter, right? Okay.
How long have you two been together?
We're on and off. Let him say the story.
For about 3 years.
3 years on and off?
Yes.
Why do you keep getting back with him?
Oh, because I like him. He's the problem, though.
You like the problem, you love me.
I love you.
Yes.
And how old are you, brother?
I'm 40.
And you?
32.
Why'd you leave him the first time?
Because I wanted to have fun.
Why'd you leave him the second time?
Because I wanted to have, no, because he was bad.
Why'd you leave him the third time?
Damn, I don't know.
Again, I think it was me again, yeah. Miami is kind of hurt.
So what?
Oh, shit!
It sounded like he was doing some cheating, but okay.
It's a joke?
No.
What was it actually that made you come back to him, and how did that even start again?
Well, I left because of his mouth, and I came back because of his mouth.
Oh, true. Oh, there you go.
Wait, but not sexually.
Yeah, she means sexually, yes.
No, I don't.
But wait, how did you handle it the last time she left you? Did you think it was done for?
They are very cute together, actually. And this is probably one of the most realistic things that you will see. She for the streets and he sucks for taking her back. But he's admitted he was wrong. Y'all, I'm to play this back again because this actually is probably one of the most realistic. Oh, shoot. No. Hold on. I'm sorry. This is probably, let me make myself small, one of the realistic things you'll see. Now, people expect relationships to be perfect. The men expect the women to be perfect, and the women expect the men to be perfect. Now, a lot of y'all might look at their relationship and judge, but this is some real shit. People leaving each other and finding their way back to each other and being able to talk it out and work it out and still laugh and go have a good time. Like, this is what I mean when I say we got to stop being so hard on people. This is real life. These are two people who, like, they trying to work it out, and people will shame them for that. These are two people who are trying to figure out a way forward together. And it might not work. They go their separate way. They come back to, like, this is some real shit. A lot of y'all are not going to agree with that. But I'm not mad at it. Okay, but he said he was acting up too. It was Miami. And that's what I'm saying. This is when you get two people that's not, these two healthy-minded people. You know, because she could be like, oh, I don't want to fool with him because he was talking to them hoes. And he could be like, I don't want to fool with her because she was out here talking to them niggas. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, these are people who both seem to have a healthy perspective on the opposite sex. And they have had forgiveness for each other. See, what a lot of people want to do is they want to be able to go do their wrong and be forgiven, but they don't want to do no forgiving. Well, he seemed like he loved it over there.
Real, or in your mind was there hope?
Yeah, I did. But then I realized she meant more to me than any of this stuff down here. So that's what actually brought me back.
So what'd you do?
I went and got my girl back.
How'd you do it?
I begged her.
You think you could actually keep it in your pants now?
Yeah. Now, she's well worth it now. I realize it now. I had to grow up a little bit. That's all.
But when you were having fun, weren't you seeing and, getting with other men?
Not really, no.
Not really?
No.
So there wasn't another guy.
But no.
How do you guys both heal past knowing that your partner
still going through it.
went back and forth?
We're still going through it. We're starting to build trust, and we just got to build off it one day at a time.
What makes you think it's going to be different now?
Because we're at an
holding
age.
each other accountable now.
Oh.
She goes to my phone on a regular basis.
No, okay, for me, I just bought a house and I'm like, that's it. No other sidestepping.
So does this go towards marriage now? Or?
These are two mature adults that's been keeping it real with each other, being honest with each other, and trying to work through their shit. And people online will see a couple like this and just completely, the women will bash the man will bash the woman. I told y'all over here, I don't be doing that homosexual shit. Okay. If you get a couple that can come together and find some common ground, work through their wrongs and stay together, I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it.
Or are we just still trying to see if we can make it work?
We're going for big goals now. Marriage, kids, family together.
That's it.
No more playing around.
He has to say that, not me.
You gotta say it too.
Oh, yes, for sure. No playing around.
How long have you...
I love it. I'm not mad at that. Okay, let's see. What else are they saying?
8 of the most bullshit modern relationship myths debunked. Number 1, if they wanted to, they would. No, that's not how it works. First of all, you need to actually say what you want. Expecting your partner to run around you, trying to read you, predict you, and do exactly what you want without having to say it is what a baby does. And then
I'm not even gonna hold you. I hate it. Okay, yes, some things that people that's like basic, and I hate to even say basic. Some things, if they want to, they will. But people really do be like, I'm not gonna lie. I be talking to some of these women and they standards and they expectations. I be like, you are a fucking narcissist. Like, you're ridiculous. Like, I'm not, even as a woman, I hear some of the things these women be asking for. And then they tell me, well, oh, you have a pick me mentality. So like the men think I'm a man hater and the women think I'm a pick me. Fine, so be it, right? But some of these expectations that I hear these women have, I be like, that's just completely self-centered and inconsiderate of the other person. And you expect people to just automatically know how to do that? And you want them to do it all the time consistently? Like, I couldn't even do that. Like, but guess what? The men, most of the men don't want the women that were raised to be wives and acting like wives. Do you know why? Those women are getting overlooked. They're getting overlooked. They're getting overlooked. Have y'all seen the girls that have like that are like virgins or on like celibacy journeys and they talk about it on the internet? The men drag them. They drag them just as bad as they drag the single moms. So it's like, it's no winning. Take a seat. Mariah is a star of her own show. She does well as a solo act. Nobody care what you have to say, Game Changer. Go rage bait on your own YouTube. Facts, like, we over here having like, I'm not here, again, y'all, I'm not here to engage in a one-sided conversation. I don't care about whatever little, like, we having a real well-rounded conversation.
Criticizing them when they don't predict it is a different breed of narcissism. And secondly, it's stupid anyway, because, well, I mean, how wonderful would it be to just be able to get whatever we want? Number two, you shouldn't have to change for anyone. Oh, yes, you should. The best people will make you change more than anyone. And if you're not willing to change, it means you're not willing to grow. And if you don't have either of those on your agenda, then you aren't capable of being in a relationship.
Now, this is true. Most people, you know, the problem I notice with most people want to get into a relationship so they can get comfortable. Most people want to get into a relationship because they want to feel like they have somebody that's going to be there and guaranteed, when nothing in this life is guaranteed. Even if the person want to stay, their presence is not guaranteed because life be life. People want to get with somebody that's going to accept things like maybe they got an alcohol problem, or maybe this person doesn't want to lose weight or take care of their health, or maybe this person got a gambling problem. People want to get into a relationship, or maybe this woman has a shopping problem. People want to get into relationships as they expect the other person to forever put up with bullshit, or they want to develop negative habits while in the relationship, and then they expect the person to stay. And then they be looking crazy when the person leaves, right? But it's like, no, you shouldn't. I don't think that's fair to your partner to get with somebody, and because they love you, right? Because you know that they love you, instead of rewarding that with trying to be better for them, if not just for yourself, you in turn give them the absolute worst of you. Every single time you choose to give them the absolute worst. Thank you, Love Crossing Borders. Great topic. What's up, Andre? I know that's you. Shout out to the chat. I got my Colombian wife because men overlook the good women. Thank you for telling the truth. Thank you for coming on here, Andre, and telling the truth. Happily married for 7 years while most complainers are still looking. Thank you for telling the truth, Andre. Because they've been all in my chat talking about, oh, the women need to be raised to be wives. And the reality is, because I see all these comments and y'all are like, well, the problem is most of the women are monetizing their looks. The reality is, and the good women will tell you, they are getting overlooked. Nobody is checking for them. Nobody is checking for them. I can't tell you how many girls I talked to in Colombia. A lot of y'all like saying Colombia is not any good women that want to settle down. The men are coming chasing them. I can't tell you how many girls that I talked to in Colombia that were going to school, had a degree, had a regular job. She might not have had all that surgery, still a cute girl. And she's telling me she has the worst luck in dating, not just with American men, but with Colombian men as well. What it is a lot of men want to chase after the baddies, and y'all want to turn a baddie into what y'all think you should. Y'all want to try to force that mentality onto her instead of just going and get. It's plenty of good, studious women that be in the library, be in the house, be at Bible study. Y'all ain't going to Bible study finding a wife. How many of y'all went to Bible study this week? Y'all ain't going to Bible study looking for no wife. Be for real. Y'all is not going to church looking for no wife. How many of y'all went to church this week? Be for real in my comments. You can call me damaged. I do not care. Jock, did you go to church this week? To find you a wife? Did you go to an educational institution? Did you go to Whole Foods? They be up in there. Y'all be talking about y'all want a woman that cook. Are you looking in the grocery store for a woman that got a full cart of ingredients, look like she finna put a meal together? Y'all got to keep it real with yourself. People only focus on the love and physical attraction aspect of marriage and forget that marriage is forming a business. That's why you need a license to even get married. I mean, true, there is money that go into it. There is money that goes into it. No, I mean, absolutely. You have to consider it all. Romeo said, I'm a righteous man of the Most High. Okay, so now the women in church are whores wanting rehab. So now a woman can't even go to church anymore. She a whore. Hey, these women can't win for losing with y'all.
Which leads me on to number 3. A healthy partner won't judge you. Rubbish. A person who calls you out for your bullshit, demands higher standards of you, and pushes you to be the best version of yourself via telling you everything you don't want to hear, loves you more than any liar who comes along and tells you.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with your partner telling you to be better as long as they're doing the same thing. So, for example, if you telling your woman she needs to lose weight, you need to be in that gym too. You can't tell her she needs to lose weight or criticize her body and you coming home and drinking a 6-pack of beer after work every night. She not going to be susceptible to that. She not going to want to hear that. You got to lead by example with those things. Same thing with women. If you are telling a man he needs to practice more emotional intelligence and listening, you have to also be able to model emotional intelligence and listening. Or else people are not trying to hear that. They don't want you telling them to. They don't want you holding them to a higher standard than what you're willing to hold yourself to. Well, here we go. I should be able to go find a good woman anywhere. And that logic is flawed. Okay, well, go to Parque Lleras. Go to Parque Lleras in Medellin. It's full of good women. Because that means if the weekly church girl goes to the club, she no longer, no, that ain't what I said. No, because she can just be a well-rounded individual. But you know for sure, here's the thing. The likelihood of you finding a church girl or in the club is like way less likely. A wife in the club is way less likely than if you just went to church. That don't mean you can't find a wife in the club, but like you give yourself a higher chance if you just go to church. See, the Bible teaches the women to be wives. That's the message that they're preaching in church. So it's like if y'all are saying that the women are not being raised to be wives, why don't you go where there's more likelihood that the women are being raised to be wives? No, because you want to go find the girl with the fattest ass in the club and try to convince her to be a wife. It just is what it is. Because that, hold on, she no longer good. Every club girl a 304, I guess. That ain't what I said. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying, why aren't y'all taking yourself to the place where you're most likely to meet a wife. If that's what y'all want.
That you don't have to go to the gym, that you can eat what you want, behave how you want, and do whatever you want in the relationship. Number 4, anything that starts with the one. The one doesn't exist. You choose who you want to make the one with effort, with work. Which leads me on to number 5. The right person will make life feel easy. More bullshit. Both good and bad people make life difficult. The difficulty just comes in different forms. Unfortunately, this isn't common knowledge. People expect easiness when they enter relationships. It's why so many people hop between hotel rooms. If you enter a relationship expecting it to be easy, the moment a normal problem appears, you'll give up because social media and stupid friends told you it shouldn't be like that if he's or she's the right one.
Yeah, people, that's what I'm saying. People are not willing to work through problems anymore. It'll be normal. People don't have the stamina to work through normal relationship problems. It's like, oh, well, if we were supposed to be together, then I wouldn't have to deal with this. That's not life. Life comes with ups and downs and ebbs and flows. And here's the thing, men, y'all are going to have to deal with some problems from a woman, and women are going to have to deal with some problems that come from a man. Should there be things that are like absolute like deal breakers? I mean, yeah, but like it needs to be serious enough. People don't be wanting to work out basic stuff. Thank you so much, Andre. I had no competition, married a gorgeous accountant. We go to church every week. Yes, they have amazing trans women in church here in Colombia. These guys are too busy wanting beautiful bottom feeder. Come on now. And your wife is beautiful too. But they not, Andre, they not trying to go to church because if the pastor say something and then bullets touch and agree with their spirit, they're going to be in church feeling guilty. That's why they don't want to go up in that church. Just being honest.
Number 6, this one I've only really heard from girls. Don't settle, girl. I can't fucking stand it. Needless to say, any advice to not stay with lunatics is good. But these days, that's not what it means. Don't settle these days means ditch the guy with instability in his life and go for the guy in Dubai who has 10 cars, can take you on any holiday you want and buy you any bag, and has status and has everything together. So hop in his DMs. I'm sure social media will tell you he's so much better. And then when he gets on your nerves, because that's what humans do, don't settle, girl. Next on the conveyor belt. Number 7, when you're truly in love, they should be your everything. False. The best relationships don't sacrifice any old life. So if your new someone became your everything, whereby you lost your old life, you're not in a relationship, you're carrying a burden. Number 8, if it's meant to be, it will be. Again, shipping off the responsibility of working on the relationship and actually consciously putting effort by your own hands, mind, and emotions.
The only time you should have that mentality of like, if it's meant to be, it will be, is if like you try to work on the relationship, but that person wants to break up. Then you have to accept it. You like, if they say they don't want to work on it and they don't want to be with you, then you have well, if it's meant to be, it'll come back around, right? Because at that point you can't force something. But like all that, if it's meant to be, it will be as a reason for you not to put in effort in a relationship. That's just laziness. That's just laziness masquerading as stoicism. Thank you, Aiden. Hey, Mariah, have you heard of Sunday Night Smoke podcast in our space? Check them out. That's family. Let me see. Look, y'all got all these people y'all want me to watch. Let me pull them up. I got to put them in the lineup for tonight.
Fate. So when you're an asshole and you screw up, you'll tell yourself it wasn't meant to be, instead of I fucked this up because I was an idiot and I could have fixed and saved a good thing. And if I don't drastically change my ways, I will fuck up the next one too. If you want to get into the best relationship of your life.
Relationship problems could be solved if each individual in a relationship would just be personally accountable. Instead of blaming the opposite sex for everything, if everybody took accountability for the roles that they played, a lot of these relationship problems would be solved. Or at the very least, you wouldn't leave a relationship completely hating the opposite sex. You see that? She fall in line, or I'm moving on. Okay, are you willing to fall in line too? Okay, and that's the problem. Everybody have this mentality of my way or the highway, my way or the highway. When you got two people together that's my way or the highway, it ain't gonna never come together. Even if you got one person in the relationship that's like my way or the highway, the person that's constantly dealing with that mentality, eventually they're gonna grow to hate and resent you, whether they're a male or a female, because when you're in a relationship, you're in partnership. You are in partnership. And guess what? My friend used to be on here. He's not on here no more. But he's been married to his wife for, I think going on 12 years now. But he was with her for longer. And what he was saying is, and I would consider him to be a masculine man. And what he was saying is he had to learn that on certain topics, he was the expert, and on other topics, his wife was the expert. So guess what? He had to refer Sunday Night Smoke. Let me see. So he had to defer certain decisions to her. But a lot of y'all see, when y'all hear that, y'all be talking about the man of simp, or y'all don't understand that that's life. Y'all don't understand that that's life, that sometimes you're going to have to defer decisions to the person who is most adept in it. It don't have nothing to do with gender. Okay. Y'all, I'm reading through these comments, and it's a literal diary of what's wrong with modern dating.
No, man.
A lot of y'all, here's the thing. I love my chat. Thank y'all for showing up. But a lot of y'all want to take this mess abroad and have somebody else deal with it.
In history, has ever told a woman that he really wants to see where things go and take it slow. That's not how men operate. When we want you, we come and get you. There is no waiting. No man in history has ever told a woman that.
Have y'all ever told a woman you were genuinely interested in, that you want to see where things go? I don't know.
Okay, so here's the deal. I work 60 hours and pay for everything. Okay, I'll shave off 10 years off of my life expectancy to provide for you, me, and the child. As you should, as you should. All I ask is that you maintain the home and clean it. And just make food for yourself and the kid. I'll figure out my own food.
What? What did you ask me to do? I'm not your slave, okay? If I want to sit around 10 hours a day and do absolutely nothing, day in and day out, letting this place rot and letting our child's brain rot because of the tablet that I bought him so I don't have to deal with him, that's my prerogative, okay? Hold on, give me 1 second. I got a Tinder notification. Okay, so here's the deal. I work 60 hours and pay for everything.
Here's the thing. That trap wife stuff sound good, but I'm gonna be honest. Most women don't want that for their life. Most women, I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. Again, this goes back to a lot of the girls that I met that I used to work in the club with that ended up marrying a provider man. They all hate it. They all wish that they could go back to work. I have yet to meet any one of them that are like, I was so happy to be a stay-at-home mom. They like go through depression. They talk about how they lost themselves, how their husband, a lot of times he don't want to even sleep with them no more. Or he be out playing golf or out with his friends, and she's in the house with the kids. Like, it's down good. It look good. It look good on TikTok when the trad wives be doing them, like putting together those videos where they're making like food from scratch. But like, I personally, I'm not saying it don't exist, but like all the girls that I know, they're actually living that life. They hate it and they hate their husbands. And like, it's just a matter of time before they get divorced. I'm just being honest. Me personally though, I think if you are going to have children, that it is best to stay at home with the kids instead of sending them to daycare. It wouldn't be my forever life. Do y'all understand? So for example, I don't think a woman should be a stay-at-home mom unless she already has some type of education or a career to fall back on. So I wouldn't recommend an 18-year-old go be a stay-at-home mom. Maybe a 25-year-old, right? After she's went to college or she got some type of skills that she can fall back on and still be kind of working on something from the house. I think that's best. So then when the kids are old enough to go to school, she can go back into the workforce. I don't think a woman should be a stay-at-home mom forever. I think she should be a stay-at-home mom as long as it benefits the kids. Also, a lot of men start becoming resentful toward her. This is another part y'all don't hear. I've had men complain to me. They become very resentful after the kids become a certain age and that woman is still at home. So she's sending the kids to school every day and she's still at home and the man has to go to work. A lot of men are not going to admit it to y'all, but they get very resentful. They do. Thank you, Aiden. K9, No Fear Entertainment is another good one. Welcome to our little space, Panel Talk Channels. But was it somebody in here? I heard who was talking shit? Are you trying to be messy, Aiden? Because I heard somebody was talking shit about me tonight. And I said I ain't come on here to get into no drama. I'm going to let people talk because guess what? Every time people talk, guess what happened? They just drive traffic to my channel. So every time people talk about me, they just drive traffic to my channel. So I appreciate you. Thank you for saying this, Kelvin. Most divorce group of women are stay-at-home moms. I'd probably argue them stay-at-home moms be cheating a lot too. Least divorced are high-earning men and women. Yeah, when you get high-earning men and women together, they just have a different mindset. But them stay-at-home moms be cheating. They be cheating like a mug. But y'all men are saying y'all want the traditional women. That's what y'all want. That need you financially. So guess what? That's what come with it. You said it yourself. Good women exist everywhere, but good laws don't. Plus, men go through different phases. Sometimes it's about experience, maturity, and changing priorities. Yeah, here's the thing. If a lot of men would be honest, they had met a good woman. They just did not want to settle down at the time. They just weren't ready at the time. But you can't hate. Here's the thing. A lot of times, God will send us stuff our way when we are not ready. And then when you finally do get ready, it's not that easy. But you can't hate the opposite sex for that for the rest of your life. You just gonna have to navigate those waters. Okay, let's see what he said.
So I noticed some guys were angry about the previous post that I made, but I think it's actually common sense. In the video, I said if a woman has to do everything for herself, provide, protect her own emotions, handle everything, then what does she actually need you for? And some men got triggered. But let's be honest, it's not because the video was wrong. It's simply because the rules have changed. Back then, your value was to provide money and protect physically. But now, women can work, women can earn. And as for protection, we have systems, we have society, we have police, law enforcement.
Well, not just that. That hammer is a great equalizer. I'm from Texas, baby. Them women keep that thing on tote in their purse.
So if that is the only thing you're still bringing to the table, think about it this way. How can a woman keep being expected to be a traditional woman and still play
Y'all know what I
role?
see is another big problem? I think it's like a lot of the men, I'm just speaking my opinion as a woman, I think y'all are having a hard time, like an identity crisis of sorts. Like, who am I if a woman don't need me for my strength and my money? And it's like, y'all don't realize that's a blessing. Y'all don't realize how much freedom you have to develop yourself and to show up in other ways, or how much freedom you have to explore other parts of yourself that for a long time were just relegated to, it was just relegated to, you had to be there for protection and provision. And like, now a lot of y'all don't know what to do with yourselves if that's not what you're needed for. And then when women are like, well, just be a likable person, you're like, damn, well, that sounds easier said than done, because the things that y'all are asking me for, they require deeper exploration and for me to get in touch with myself in ways that I might feel a little bit uncomfortable with, you know? So, I mean, the reality of the matter is this, guys. We're not going back. Everybody keeps having these conversations about traditionalism, and it's all based around a 1950s construct that really happened over a very short period of time. And let's be very clear, like in certain demographics, if you're talking about African American women have always been in the workforce. There was never a time where the vast majority of African American women were housewives. And the majority of lower income white women have always been in the workforce too, to some degree. Especially if we're talking about white women that came came from families that migrated during the Industrial Revolution. That, like, this is all a myth. This is all a myth constructed around a very short period of time in history.
See, what matters now is, can you also provide emotional safety? Can you communicate? Can you also be a partner, not just a provider? Because a woman doesn't just become too masculine for no reason. She adapts to the environment she's in. So, my guy, it's either you evolve or you get left behind.
Then here's the thing. I think y'all call basic stuff masculine. Y'all call basic stuff masculine. If a woman got an education, she masculine. She a masculine. She want to be a man. Okay? If a woman can pay her own bills, she's masculine. What, is she supposed to be homeless? What's she supposed to do? Who is Melissa? That's what I'm saying. People be talking about me in this space that I don't even know who the hell they are. And I don't even know. And then see, if I when I get to talking about people, then I'm wrong.
Is yours. My name is Dumebi, a researcher in clinical psychology.
When I get to talking about folks, then I'm wrong.
Why the fuck did you guys not tell me what's happening in these relationships, gang? My rich homie Connor FaceTimed me at the ass crack of dawn exactly 3 months ago with some alarming fucking news. He's been in a long-term relationship for the past 4 years. And on top of that, it's long distance. So I answer the phone. He's like, bro. And I'm like, what, bro? This is at 6 a.m. gang. I'm like, what, bro? What's going on? He's like, bro, I think she's cheating on me. Wait, what? What makes you think, bro, she's cheating on me? How'd you come to that conclusion, gang? He tells me the most absurd thing I think I've ever heard in my life. Connor goes, dog, I was on Instagram. He's a software engineer and he's won hackathons before. So this is going to sound crazy. He was able to hack her Instagram password, and now he has her password, and she doesn't know this. So he looked at her Instagram one day, looked at her her Instagram DMs, right, gang? And there was this one dude who liked a story that she posted, right? Slid up, said, hey, you look really good. Connor lost it. His girl never responded. She left it on scene, but she double tapped and hearted it, right, gang? So in Connor's mind, he lives in the Bay Area. She lives back in Orange County. So in Connor's mind, he's thinking this woman is doing slick shit, right? So I was like, bro, what are you going to do about this? He was like, okay, I got an idea, but I need you there with me. He's the homie that always gets me into shit. And I was like, fuck, I don't know. I live in Florida, right? So he's like, bro, I'm going to fly you out to SF. I'm going to fly her out to SF, and we're going to go on a double date. And I was like, okay, what are you going to do on this double date? He said, I'm going to bring this shit up right then and there. All right, bro. Whatever. So I'm like, fuck it. I work remote. I'm going to fly to SF. He gets his girl a flight. She is unaware of the tension that this man is brewing in his mind. And he's creating this whole narrative about her without her even knowing it. So I touched down in SF. It's honestly, I've never been there before, but it felt like Gotham City. There's no middle class. It's just rich tech dudes. And then you got people who are absolute poverty. And the homeless problem is ridiculous. I was scared. I didn't know what the term bipped meant until I got a rental car and found out. Okay, so I link up with Connor one day. It's a Friday night. We go to this pizza bar with wine. They specialize in pizza and wine. It's near like that famous spot.
Who is Melissa? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who? That's what I'm saying, bro. Now, who is Melissa? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Don't listen to Jock Johnson. The space banish him. Rip. He's a drama queen in the space. Thank you for the super chat. It was intentional that women were removed from the home and entered into the workforce to ensure that families who actually run the world have no competition. Elite families run shit, not the government. But here's the thing, Judah. That's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all don't know history. A lot of y'all don't know history. It's certain women that were always in the workforce. African-American women have always predominantly been in the workforce. Poor white women and white, what we would call white now, they weren't white back then. Irish women, Italian women, soon as they hit the United States pavement, they were working in factories. They were fueling. A lot of them were, just like the men, were the backbone of the Industrial Revolution in the United States. This whole housewife thing is a 1950s construct that emerged after World War II, when men got the GI Bill, when they were coming back, and they were able to get these homes in the suburbs, and they got these corporate jobs. Isn't Melissa the one female mod in a lot of the passport brochure? I don't know, but they say whoever, I don't know if she talking mess or she not. I gotta see what she said, because I don't know. Y'all saying she was talking about me. I don't know if she was talking about me. I ain't seen what was said. That is not true, sir. Before you get in my comments and say stuff like that, I need you to know that I taught United States history. That is not true. Do you want me to pull up the years that the Industrial Revolution took place in the United States? Do you know anything about the Gilded Age? Do you know anything about the Triangle Shirt Factory fire? All them women died in there well before it was World War II, all of that, well before World War II. And that helped with a lot of progressive reforms in the workforce. Don't get on here talking about stuff that's not, know what you're talking about. I need y'all to understand that I was a social studies teacher in the United States. Certified to teach U.S. history, world history, geography, and economics. I went to school for political science. I minored in history, and I did geography as a third field of study. So don't come in here with this. I don't know what y'all be reading. Okay. I don't know what it is that y'all reading. It's not just one. I brought up one example, sir. But women were coming in droves from Europe and working in factories well before World War II. That's just an apple snapple fact. Exactly. Cotton gin kicked off. Well, it was one of the inventions that kicked off the Industrial Revolution. One of them, one of many. Then you had the steamboat, you had the textile mill, all of that. And that's what I'm saying. This is part of the animosity. People are formulating their thoughts and opinions about how relationships should be based on a lack of information and a lack of knowledge. Thank you, Manny. We keep trying to go back in history, but I mean, this is not the 1950s anymore. It's just we need to find a way to just help each other instead of arguing and saying it's the other person's fault. Exactly. We have to adapt. The problem is people are resistant to change and they don't want to adapt. Don't listen to these guys in the chat. They are trying to create drama because most of them not traveling. Melissa said no such thing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I never heard what she said, so I can't speak on nothing.
Where you could take pictures of the houses going diagonal. I was like, fire. So I meet him there. I invite this one girl, and keep it a buck. I was on the Hingy. I invite her as my date. Connor's there with his girlfriend. Okay. We go on this 2-man, and my whole expectation is Connor's gonna bring it up in a sly way, and he's gonna resolve this issue with her. Okay. The date comes, gang. We get here, we have 2 glasses of wine. Connor's not a very communicative guy, and he's honestly not the best, most approachable. He's like 6 foot and a little bit more intimidating with the beard since he's Middle Eastern, all that, right? So he's sitting there drinking his wine, arms folded just like this.
Now, this story boring me to be. Thank you, Andre. The women and child labor and factory fires era was before World War. It was before World War I and before World War II. She's correct. Read a book, people. Exactly. It was from that era that we got all of these workers' reforms. From that era, and these communist, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, labor movements and things like that. These labor movements and these children getting bent up in these factory machines and losing limbs and things like that, that we got these child labor laws and that we got these labor codes that needed to be enforced. Did y'all know back then, like one thing that was happening with these fires is that these employers would literally lock the employees in the building so they couldn't leave. And they had to stay there and work. Guess what? When a factory go up in flames, everybody dead. Everybody dead. Okay. So all of this talk about women didn't never used to work, and now because women work, everything, the dynamics are messed up. No, let me tell you what the difference is. It's the problem is not that women are working. That's not the main difference. The thing is now women can have their own bank accounts. So now women can own properties without needing a husband. Those are the things that made the difference, more so than women being in the labor force. Women have access to credit. Thank you, Aiden. Mariah, just keep doing your thing and focus on your stellar show. Most are watching from the bushes. Be careful of the trolls. Salute. Thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate the super chat. Y'all hit the like button. They raised their kids and still work. Most Black men didn't make enough money to have a stay-at-home wife. Thank you so much, Eric. Exactly. It was a luxury in the Black home for the women to be able to stay in the house. And even then, it was for a short period of time. For example, my great-great-grandmother stayed at home because we didn't come from my family after slavery. They got to it. They got land and they got some money. I don't come from poor Black people. That was not our story. What happened was, and then my great-grandmother, she was on and off with it. Because she married quite a few times. So when she had a man where she could stay at home, she stayed at home. When she didn't have a man, she wouldn't work. But what happened was, over time, the wealth in our family dissipated because people were not handling their financial business. But my family very much got their 3 acres and a mule after slavery. Better believe that. Okay, I'm gonna get off of that.
I'm trying to.
Y'all wanted me to review this girl, Sarah Fontenot. So what is this? Too many women are selfish. I'm gonna see what she's talking about. I'm gonna see what she's talking about. I might agree with her. I haven't really just watched an entire podcast. I've seen bits and pieces of hers.
A couple of prompts in, and I had a working checkout.
Sarah
No off-the-shelf system to give us what I built with Phase 44.
I'm trying to figure out what her name is.
This is a good man. He's ready to be loyal. He's ready to be committed. He's ready to take care of his wife. Women won't even take him serious because he's not 6 feet tall. There are so many intangible pressures that we.
Is she married? And this is why I ask. This is why I ask. I see so many of these beautiful, gorgeous women, and they get on the internet and they shame other women for not dating the man that is 5'8", 5'6", or not dating the man who is short, fat, and bald. But when you see them pop out with their man, he be fine. She not dating that. She's not dating what she is trying to shame other women for not dating. Another person that comes to mind, I gotta call her out on this. Beautiful woman, gorgeous, intelligent woman, Six the Goddess. I have heard Six the Goddess say so many times that women should not care how a man look. If he ugly, fat, it shouldn't matter as long as he masculine and provide. Every time Six the Goddess get a man, he is fine. He tall and fine and look good in shape. I ain't never seen her with no toe down looking man. So I always be side-eyeing when these type of women give this advice because they don't really be following it. They just feel like they're the only ones that deserve a fine man, and that the rest of these women should go get something that they wouldn't even date. You so funny, Corny Hub. Thank you for the super chat. She just got married. Okay. I wonder what her man looked like. It
as
cannot find
women
them.
put on men, and so many intangible pressures that men have in themselves.
Would you rather have a loyal partner or an attractive one? Don't say both. You can't say both.
First of all, I used to date unattractive men.
That's true.
I would absolutely rather have a loyal partner. So I don't care, but I care about your energy. For me, because I desire more masculinity. I want a man that wants to achieve. I want a man that wants to build. I want a man with ambition. If you lose your...
Now notice how she says she used to date unattractive men. A lot of women used to date unattractive men. A lot of women used to date unattractive men. If they don't want to date them no more. So that's just, I want to know what her husband look like. I want to know how tall her husband is. Okay.
Job. That's
You know what it was though? Let me tell y'all why a lot of women used to date unattractive men. And I'm thinking about, like, when I think about the dudes that had the most women in high school, it wasn't necessarily the dude that was the tallest or the finest. Back when we was in school, the dudes that were like a little bit medium ugly, they understood that they at least had to have some charm, some swag, some charisma. They was always the best dressed. Those dudes would always get the girls over the dudes that were the tallest and the finest. Period. They did. So, but here's the thing. As we got older, it's like a lot of the men stop understanding that if you're not the most attractive, then you have to come with the personality and the swag. A lot of men stopped, they stopped understanding that dynamic. That depends on the woman. What's the height that's a deal breaker for a woman? Usually that depends on the woman. I mean, for me, you gotta be 5'10" to get in. I'm 5'7" though. I'm 5'7". You gotta be 5'10" to get in, boo.
Okay, what's the pivot? What are we leaning into? I think that's really the question that needs to happen when people start to lose track. And that's what a good woman is going to do, is remind you who you are, remind you what you're capable of, and help you create clarity around what is next.
Okay. And she's a very beautiful woman.
I love to hear it.
Yeah.
Superlative.
Even when I'm not, I am,
You know?
It's like a whole choice thing.
I love it.
Yeah. Yep. And we got Who is Kenny V? What's up?
Who? Yo, givers. We got the merch. You see the pillows right next to Sarah? You see the cup in her hand? Sarah, can you turn the cup a little over? Bam! It's Giving Cup. Get it today, right now.
Okay, she quiet.
MissSarahFunnel.com.
Ooh, child. That was producer, creative director of the year.
Going on here?
I receive all marketing, okay? Now, I will say it is slightly strange that these pillows have my face on it.
Hey, she look good.
But like, imagine sleeping on a pillow with my
That
face
almost
on
doesn't
it.
even look like you anymore.
I feel like you might have some
I haven't
fans
seen you with
that's
blonde
with it.
hair in so long.
Let me skip.
I know.
this.
I'm ready to go back blonde. Maybe for the
Skip
summer.
the introduction.
All right. Let's jump in. Where we at?
All right. I have these questions for you.
Okay.
So first question, would most men date average looking women if they were deeply feminine?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
I'm
What?
average.
The BBL and
I'm
booty
not
girls would not agree.
They ain't average, first of all.
No,
They're
most- I mean, if you think about it, I say this all the time. Most really attractive women will never get married. When I go look, like, okay, if y'all ever have some time, go to your local amusement park, your family amusement park, or your family water park or theme park, and see who's married. Look at the women who are married. And then you tell me if most men feel like they gotta have the finest thing. That's not true. I say this all the time. Even in Colombia, a lot of y'all think that the Colombian men are married to the 10 with all the with the BBL and the fake boobs and all the surgery. No, most Colombian men are married to average looking women. They don't even care about the women that y'all be falling all out over, ready to leave your wife and kids over. Them Colombian men ain't studying them women. They already paid a woman that looked like her $10 to smash in the barrio when they was like 15.
Only other women
That's
trick
what I'm
them to get
saying.
that.
The women that are preaching against the message that we teach are the BBL baddies. That's what I'm saying. A lot of women
No,
would
I don't
disagree.
think the
They
men-
they like the girls with the long sew-ins.
I don't think the
and
majority of the men
bundles.
that I know would ever wife a BBL.
Correct.
And I know a lot of very successful men. I think they'll have fun with the BBL.
Men are
I
looking
think a
for an
prime
Aaliyah.
example of that is a Meg Thee Stallion.
I don't like this competition between the women though, because this is like the BBL girl versus the wife. But she don't understand a man will marry you, sis, and go cheat on you with the BBL girl. And that's what the BBL girls are saying. And okay, so here's the thing. The logic was that with that is that the men are saying and the wives are saying, like, well, yeah, he just gonna go sleep with you, but you know, I'm gonna get all the assets, and or he's gonna really love me. Girl, a lot of these men really be in love with their side chick. They do. It's just the side chick is not safe. She not a guarantee. She not like the wife is the guarantee. So yeah, you're gonna technically get more monetarily benefits. That don't mean she not getting benefits too, and that don't mean that he don't love the side chick. It's just he not willing to take a risk with his heart with the side chick. He not willing to go be out here, go all in with that BBL baddie because he know she got way more options than you at the end of the day. It just is what it is. She got way more options in terms of male attention and men checking for her. And that's why I don't really too much get into this competition with the women between the BBL baddies and the good girl. Not really, because at the end of the day, both of these women can really, in some type of way, have the same man. It's just that man is going to always choose who's safer. Who he feel like he going to always be able to come home to me, and she not going to have him out here looking crazy. But y'all both can really get the same, be dealing with the same man. I'm just keeping it real. One reason she talks like this is that she was raised at home with her dad, mom, and 3 brothers. Okay. But I'm just saying, this is why the BBL girls think the way that they do. Because at the end of the day, the BBL girl, you got the wives who were like, oh, you know, men need caring, loving, concern. But then a lot of times these men are going to the BBL girls and she ain't giving none of that, and he's still over there. And that's why they feel like they have so much audacity and boldness to talk and say the things that they say. That's just the reality of the situation in most cases.
She got a BBL? I thought she was natural.
I thought so.
She did the hot girl summer. Ain't go out that good
I
for
don't
her.
know who is that. Oh, this is a good example. That MLB player, Tim. Let me look it up. MLB player, Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson. Okay. Now I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I mean. Tim Anderson's wife. I'm gonna show y'all his wife, and he constantly cheating on his wife. His wife, for all intents and purposes, is the good girl, graduate, very like, you know, motherly looking. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all his wife. I'm gonna come back to this. So this is the wife. Hold on, let me see if I can blow it up. Okay, very much classy. Can y'all see that? Hold on, let me share this screen. This is Tim Anderson's wife. She reminds me a lot of Sarah. Okay, now I'm going to show y'all Tim Anderson's baby mama slash used to be side chick. And she not the only side chick. She just the only one that got a baby. Tim Anderson side chick. No, I don't want the dang. I'm trying to find the side chick. They keep bringing up pictures of his wife. Oh, here we go. Let me see if I can blow this up. I'm just making my point here because people will say I'm lying if I don't show y'all what the hell I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. Okay. Do y'all see his side chick? Do y'all see his side chick? And she had a matching tattoo. And that's why I say it don't really too much do women too much good to be going back and forth between a good girl and the whole conversation, or between good girls and wives. Because guess what? She got access to the same man. And I don't think this side chick has a baby. I can't find the other one with the baby because it was one before her. She getting her child support every month. She living good off of that MLB child support. She didn't have to be the wife to get that. So that's why I say sometimes these conversations be a little bit pointless to me. Tens aren't married here. You are correct. Talking about in Colombia. Thank you so much, Andre, for the super chat. Yes, in Colombia, the most beautiful girls are not married. They are not. And it's not just in Colombia. That's all, like women who are, after you reach a certain level of beauty, you damn near immarriageable. And I'm saying that too. It's not even that men don't want to marry you. It's that you more likely to get a man that's just gonna treat you terribly. The stuff y'all will see these beautiful women go through in a marriage, child, it'd be heartbreaking. Okay, I want y'all to look at this. Derek Jackson. Y'all remember Derek Jackson? He was the grifter that was on here giving relationship advice. Now, y'all see him, a picture with his church going white. He ain't like all that church stuff. Now he got a picture, the other picture with the girl with all black on. That's the girl he go with now. And all of his side chicks was looking like that. And that is why the side chicks or the BBL girlies have so much to say. Because at the end of the day, they watch these women sit up on these podcasts and say that, and they know, I'm not talking about this particular woman's husband, but these women know that at the end of the day, a lot of these married men are still checking for them and willing to cut a check for them. It is what it is. So that's why some of these conversations be fruitless. And then here's the thing, she not doing none of that. She ain't being no ride or die. She not giving no back rubs. I'm not trying to tell women don't get married. I believe in marriage between two people. If you can get with a man that's not a cheater, that'd be the best thing, right? I believe in a marriage between two people who respect the marriage. But let's not act like these BBL girlies are talking out the side of their mouth and that they don't have a point. I don't know if I agree with that. I see plenty of beautiful women married. I don't be seeing them married. But I mean, could be. Maybe it depends on where you're at.
Yeah, I don't.
What's the hot girl song? I don't be keeping up with these folks.
She be having fun outside. The whole point is, I wouldn't even put BBL baddies on the spectrum. And I think I'm average. I'm right in the mix. So yes, I think that good men want good women that are kind and that are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like most times, like honestly, think about it. Most of the super beautiful women that you see on Instagram are single.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it.
I say it all the time.
They're single because they don't know how to act. They can attract you, but they can't keep you because they don't have no character.
It's not just that they don't know how to act, girl. It's that stirs up a lot of insecurity. Some of it is because they don't know how to act. But there are very beautiful, smart, intelligent, educated women that's just flat out gorgeous. Cuban Doll comes to mind. Y'all know 50 Cent ex-girlfriend. And at a certain point, men be calculating what they can and cannot handle and what level of attention that their woman is getting that they can and cannot handle. That's something that I even think about often. So I don't have that many followers on Instagram. I have like 50K followers, but I get a lot of attention under my videos and pictures, and men just leaving out comments, hard-eyed. Y'all don't think that's a lot for a man to, and I don't even be posting nothing that bad. Y'all don't think that's a lot for a man to see that every day? Their woman getting that level of attention? Y'all don't think that after a while that might cause some level of resentment in the average man?
They don't have no loyalty, and they're fully engrossed into this prostitution era. What can you do for me? Well, you won't do for me, he could do for me. And then that man says, well, go get it from him then. And then now she goes over here to him, and then she says, well, what can you do for me? Well, you can't do for me, they can do for me. Then he says, well, go over there after giving something to him. Now you on 3 guys. It's only been 6 months. You got 2 new bags, but your reputation is wrecked.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the piece that's unique about Heartbeat, is the best platform for your community is going to be the platform that your members don't want to learn.
So with all the community tools on the market, what makes Heartbeat the best?
Look, so we see people come to Heartbeat.
So that's all I'm saying. Most of these women don't move like women. They be moving like men for real.
How do you think we got here?
To all of these loose women?
I'm sorry.
What?
That's not supposed to be funny. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
How we get to, is that the question though?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
We got to loose women.
But here's the thing, girl. A lot of these men will go risk a good woman for a loose woman. So it's like, can you really? That's why you're never going to be able to shame the loose women into getting some act right. Because they know what it is.
This is what I think. I think there's like prostitution has been around since the beginning of time, right? And I don't have a problem with prostitution. If that's what you want to do it. My problem is that these women are portraying themselves as these self-made entrepreneurs, and they've never made a dollar inside a business. They've made dollars on their back. And so for me, the issue is you're telling or showing all these little girls the cars and the bags and the shoes, and now they're aspiring to it. Isn't even necessarily possible for them. And so number one, that's my issue with it. How did we get to it? It's easy. This is a tale as old as time. Yes, a tale as old as time. This has been happening since the beginning of time. It is easier. That's why they call it pretty privilege, because it is a privilege to not have to work and be taken care of. The problem is these women are now trying to see, well, if he gave me this, I can get this from him. Oh, if he gave me this, I can get this from him. And they're constantly looking for, how can this get better? Looking for the bigger, better deal. And then they get to the end of the cliff and realize now I have no options. And now I'm here by myself. So I think it's greed. I think it's ignorance. I think it's a lack for the idea of consequence. And I also think that social media makes everything look so easy. It's not. And these people have these inflated ideas.
That if you gonna sell cat, you might as well just find one man that's gonna provide. So that way you don't gotta be spreading it all out. Just go find you one big fish. That's basically what she's saying. Go find you one, but if you're gonna do that, you're safer just going and finding one, unless he just all willy-nilly out here dealing with, working girls.
Idea of the options that they have. You don't have all the options you think you do. You have people that would smash you, not people that want to be with you, not people that will invest in you and your character and who you are. And also not people that want to marry you. And I think that's the problem. A lot of these women see their comments or they see their DMs because men are in their DMs. I've had every blue check mark in my DM. It doesn't mean anything. Which one of these men actually want to be my husband? Which one of these men want to raise children with me? Which one of these men want to fly to Omaha?
Girl, you would be surprised. A lot of these men actually would marry those women. They just don't want to marry those men. I told y'all, there's so many girls I worked in a club with married now. It was so many girls that I knew that was actually selling cat married now. And the man, though, he had to, you got to stop doing this when we get married. You go to Columbia, it's a lot of them girls that's on the host stroll married A lot of these American men that go into Colombia, they're not gonna never get on here and tell y'all the real. They don't wiped up a prostitute. Bringing them back to the United States, telling them don't tell nobody. It's not that these women can't find nobody to marry them. It's like, do they want to marry the ones that want to marry them? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Let me share my screen. The internet went out. Y'all know I'm on this island.
To watch my 18-year-old nephew graduate.
Omaha is such a random place.
That's where my sister's at and her husband.
Yeah.
Right. And so I say that to say, if it's not that type of time, they don't value you. And the fact that you think that they value you because they want to smash you, that's the problem. That is the problem.
Those women think
it is delusion. Delusion is on an all-time high. It's like I said, it's like women saying that they tens. It's like, you know, we are in a delusion epidemic.
Well,
okay.
Some of the women are delusional. I'm not gonna lie, because hold on, let me turn my camera back on. I prefer my camera. Some of the women are delusional. I'll tell y'all a story. So, when I worked in the club, I never dated the athletes or like the dudes that was like the major dope boys or the dudes that were like, you know, the dope boys, the athletes, all of that would come. We had so many different type of people. And the reason being is because here's the thing, I never put any stock into that. Because, for example, it would be so many girls bragging about how, oh, I mess with a football player, I mess with a basketball player. But like, I mean, if you had any type of sense, you would know he got one at every club, girl. So that's not your man. I know you think that's your man because he paid for your BBL. That's not your man. And I will never forget, there was one girl, a lot of them do be delusional. So when I used to be in the club, I used to never put my pics and stuff on Instagram. Like I kept that, it wasn't a secret. It just wasn't something I promoted. So, and even now, I don't really be posting a lot of, to me, super duper provocative pictures. Here come this little ditzy girl. She had outrageous BBL. When we first met, she was new to the club and I ended up getting into her. She was smashing on the dude that was the manager at the club. She like, let me see her Instagram profile. I think at the time I might have had like 1,000 followers, maybe. She was like, you only have 1,000 followers? I have 7,000 followers. And I'm like, yes, girl, you bent over with your whole ass out in every picture. I can go do that too. Like what? But a lot of these girls would kind of place stock in the sexual attention that they were getting. And they were acting like every other woman can go do that too. Like, what you mean? All the girls here can do that. And we're going to get hell of attention. There was another girl. She was a really beautiful girl. And I remember she was dating. She was one of the top like girls in the whole Metroplex. And she was dating this guy who was a football player. And I remember he took her home to go meet his family and all this stuff. And she was super happy about it. He dropped like 18K on her BBL alone. Y'all, she went to jail because she caught this man with a fat white chick. I knew she was bad. Do you hear me? So she caught him with a fat white chick. And she tried to run him and the girl over. So she ended up going to jail. And it's like the same. That's what I'm saying. Women shouldn't put too much stock in our looks. Because the same dude that you had and you bad as hell, beautiful, she was bad before this surgery, was messing on a big old fat sloppy built white chick. I mean, it just is what it is. That's why I say us women shouldn't put too much stock in stuff like that. I ain't gonna put on no makeup. The lighting was bad. Lighting make a difference, sir. The lighting and the type of camera you got.
Charlove 1026 said, if you're in the position to give an ultimatum,
is it too late? I was going to ask you that same thing.
If you're in the position to give an ultimatum, is it too late?
I don't know what that means.
Like to have to give an ultimatum.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like if you have to give an ultimatum, is it too late?
No, because some men need pressure.
Do they?
Yeah, some men need pressure. I think some men need pressure.
That's a tricky one because you give an ultimatum to the wrong dude, he's just going to leave because you gave him an ultimatum.
Some. That's what I'm saying. Some men. I don't know.
I don't think that's the best. I don't think ultimatums is a good move, period.
I don't think women. Yeah, I think it always backfires when a woman give a man an ultimatum. The best thing to do is to tell a man what you would like to see. And then if you know for sure you're going to leave, if he don't behave that way, don't tell him you're going to leave, just leave. But don't tell him, if you don't do this, I'm going to leave. You just tell him, it's very important. It's very necessary that you do this. If he don't do it, if he ain't willing to do it, and it's a deal breaker, it's genuinely a deal breaker, just leave. Don't tell him you're going to leave. Just go. He already told you what you want to do. So it's like when women, we tell a man that we want to, you know, he got to act a certain way or we going to, it's to try to get him to fall in line. But a lot of times that do backfire because they'll be rebellious just to spite you. So really, you just got to see what he going to do.
Waiting, like, you know what I mean? If you're already in it, committed, you're kind of just trying to figure out, ultimatum's only going to get you the wrong answer.
Yeah, I think that the problem with an ultimatum is, why are you now giving him an ultimatum and you didn't know from the jump? Which is why I think that it's very wise in dating from at the beginning of your relationship, you should have the conversation of, are you marriage minded? Not you have to be married to me, but do you desire marriage? And if that answer is no, you'll never have to give the ultimatum. And
Girl,
be like,
the problem with that question though is that people be lying. People will tell you what you want to hear just so they can give that you want. So I wouldn't even ask that question to a man. I would just observe and see what he's saying, what he's talking about, and what he on. I wouldn't ask that, nor would I make it known that that's my desire. I honestly and truly don't believe in telling no man what you want out of a relationship. I just believe in you date somebody and you see if they show you based on their actions and how they behave, if y'all got the same things in mind, right? Because people can fake for a long time. People can fake for a minute, or people can tell you what you want to hear, or just because they told you. Here's another thing. Women be lying to themselves. A man will tell them I'm marriage minded. And a woman will be like, oh, well, it doesn't have to be to me, girl. But then when he don't marry you, you feel like you got played because he told you he was marriage minded. So to me, that's a dumb question. I don't know why people be hating on me. I just be keeping it a buck.
I'm gonna leave me because
people, you know what it is? People be wanting you to say what they want to hear. People don't like reasonable, fair-minded people.
You know what you're working towards based off of who they show you that they are. That's what I think. I think that ultimatums suck. But it's, you know, do it or don't.
So minus Brock, let's remove Brock from the equation. You wouldn't be dating somebody for a long period of time and then give them an ultimatum for marriage or to move on? You would just move on?
I'm moving. If I don't.
He's saying it, I want to marry.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'm just not there yet.
I'm too old. What is there yet?
But what's too old?
How long we got? I'm too old to be
She's
playing
37
girlfriend.
years old.
I'm damn near 40.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 40.
This is why
I'm not sitting here to play your girlfriend. I'm not.
Hold on. Thank you, Aiden. You are forgetting the fact that most of us are tired and y'all wondered why most of us are going overseas. I mean, I think we wondering, y'all telling us why y'all going overseas. It's not a mystery to me. I don't be sitting up, why the men going overseas? I think most of the women really just don't care. Like, as much as they talk shit, they not finna try to do what they gotta do to keep y'all here. They might talk shit, but at the end of the day, they not, oh my God, we gotta change and be what they want us to be so that they can stay. They really don't care like that. They just like getting on the internet talking shit. Going back now, I understand she's married now, so I can't really knock it. She probably played it safe, but me personally, I feel like I'm 33 years old, right? So I'm in that, what Kevin Samuels say, that danger zone. I'm finna be touching 35 soon. But I also date like I'm in. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? So for example, I got my boyfriend. I already said before I got with him, whatever man I get with, he gotta already had his kids. I'm not having no more. I'm not out here, and I mean that. I don't want to date no man that don't have kids. Why? Because you might say you don't want no kids right now. Then by the time you touch your 40, they acting like you missed out in life. I always was very realistic, and I think after 30, you gotta start being very realistic about your situation and what you're willing to do. And one blessing, people can talk about single moms, but I feel like it's a blessing that I had my child at 23 because I'm gonna be in my 40s and be Like my daughter gonna be grown. All she gonna need me for is financial support, really. But she gonna be able to do everything, you know, go to college and things like that. I'll be able to move around, you know. So I'm not starting over having no more kids at this age. You got to come with your kids. And so here's another thing I think that women over 30 do. I think after 30, it's best for a woman to not be, and again, it's easier said than done when you already had your kids in your 20s, but a man can pick up on that desperation when you're like, oh, okay, I gotta rush and get married now. Bro, I just think after 30, that's not something that you should really be, that shouldn't be your main focus when dating, especially after 35, when you close to 40. I feel like first you got to ask yourself, is it really necessary for me to get married? Right? And like, why do I have to press it? But I feel like the women that press it the most are the women who, again, they didn't have kids yet. They never lived with a man before, none of that. So they feel like they're missing out in life. And then they get in the dating market and they start like rushing the men. And as soon as they're talking to the men, you can't even really just see if y'all vibe personality wise, because everything's like, are you marriage minded? Married. Like they get to ring chasing. And it worked out for her, but it don't necessarily work out that same way for most women her age. Getting married should be every woman's end game. I think that you'll be surprised. A lot of the women that I know that got married older were women who were not looking for it. It just happened. Like it just came. They did not press the man. The man just wanted to do it. Like, I mean, a lot of women that are still single and they hadn't got married by 30 and they're still single up into their 40s. Cause guess what? They was like, now you scaring every man off because you applying way too much pressure. Every time you go on a date, it's like a damn interview. I can understand that women with small kids are difficult today because their kids are still needy. Yeah. Me, I'm not having no kids at this age. You got to come with your kids.
Doing that. And this is another thing too, right? Because I think that it takes 6 months.
I'd be a good stepmama.
For a person to show you who they really are. So I think, and I also think it only takes 6 months for a man to know if they want to marry
for the win. I love a baby daddy.
for you or not. Now, whether they propose or not, that's not what I'm talking about. But they know your character. You guys have had enough sleepovers that you know how they live. You know if they're messy. You know if they're clean. You know if they're organized. You know if they're disorganized. You know if they're kind. You know how they treat people. You have a good essence of a good idea of the essence of how this person operates, right? So if I've spent 6 months of intentional time getting to know you, and we both know that we are each, like we could spend life with each other, but now we're 2 years in, that could never be me. I would never.
Just curious.
Yeah, I would never. I'm too old. You're younger than me.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like that couldn't be me. Now, that also being said, when you're younger, let's say that you're in your 20s or even sometimes in your early 30s, you have a little more time than I have. I am intentional. It don't take that long. Now, I'm not saying it has to be 6 days because obviously that happened with us fast. But I am saying that if you don't have clarity about me, I'm not going to wait for you to figure it out, me personally. But some women will. Dizzy 2Y said, how did your ma... Oh, my man, find you. Oh my God.
I can see her point because I do think after a certain age, people should know themselves enough to not be like, if both people do kind of want to get married, yeah, y'all shouldn't be dating like 3-5 years before. Nah. If y'all already know what you want by a certain age, y'all too grown. Men are expected to take care of her children, but only buy your kids I don't know, I'll be a cool ass stepmom. I'm gonna take your kids to the amusement park, all of that. I do hair, I cook, I do all that. When they come over, yeah. It's just most of men, their kids live with the mom. Some cases they don't. I'll date a single dad that has the kid living with them. I don't mind.
He's got it good. Oh, thank you for saying that. He was my friend. Not to be confused with my friend zone, just my friend. But yeah, that's how you found me. He was my friend. I have nothing else.
Okay, next question then.
Okay.
Would you rather have a loyal partner or an attractive one? Don't say both. You can't say both. You cannot
I
say
think that's a
both. You
hard
can't say
question.
both.
I would absolutely rather have a loyal partner than
Okay,
an
'cause
attractive
you be
one.
you be
all
tripping me
day.
up with the both stuff.
Well, first of all, I used to date unattractive men.
That's
Not-
true.
not
I can
now.
attest to that as your friend.
So I don't care, but I care about your energy. Like I'm way more of a sapiosexual than like a physical sexual attraction person. I just happen to get lucky. But let's be honest, when you know, there's a time where you know, for those of you that know, you know.
When is it ever okay for a woman to date potential?
As long as it's potential in action. I think we're all dating potential, right? And I think
Y'all would be surprised. Okay, I'm gonna say this. You say men with kids should date women with them, but men without kids, you better not if you're under 43. If they want to. I had an ex-boyfriend. He ain't had no kids when we dated. And then we broke up. And he wanted to get back with me, but I didn't get back with him because he broke up with me. So I was like, no, you broke up with me. We ain't getting back together. So he went and found a girl that looked very similar to me with a daughter my age. Like immediately after I went take him back, he went and got somebody who looked just like me with a daughter my exact same daughter's age. And he got married to her. And they have a kid now. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is why I say this is why you gotta date your type. A lot of the men that were my type when I was in my 20s that didn't have kids, they don't care about no kids. They don't care. They date and marry women that already got a kid. You know, as long as it's not too many, you can't be having no dang harem of kids. You can't have that. But if you just got one kid, they don't care. Them men do not care. They love playing stepdaddy. Fine men, and you just got one. Like I'm telling you, if you're an attractive woman and you just got one kid, a fine dude don't mind being a stepdaddy. And he ain't got no kids. He do not mind. I'm not lying at all. You having a kid, you look good, you got one kid, you're not gonna have no problem finding no attractive, nice, tall dude to go with you. Nope. And they on stepdaddy duty. They be loving the kids. It don't matter if 50% of men don't want me. The ones that I want me. So it don't matter. You get what I'm saying? Like the kind that I like me. Like my type like me. That's all I need to like me.
that women need to understand that they are also potential. Like, we don't know what type of mother we're going to be. We don't know what type of wife we're going to be. It's all potential. Hopefully it's potential in action. Hopefully it's you being who you really are and you're not just selling this fake dream. But the truth of it is, you want to know when I realized, like, being married to Brock, right? I think that I had ideas about marriage because of how my parents are. Here's an example. When my mom is sick, my mom is still, this is
I showed y'all the and I'm not even finna do it, just out of respect for my relationship now. But if I came on here and showed y'all it's crazy that you would say these men don't have no options. This particular one that I'm talking about looked like Genuine when Genuine was in his prime, but taller than Genuine. These men be having options. They like what they like too. That's the thing. They like what they like. They don't like the same stuff y'all like. They like what they like too. Just like women be having a type, they be having a type. And they type be coming with kids. These men have a type. Thank you, Andre, for telling the truth. True, 56% of mothers are in solid relationships before the child turns 5. Baby mamas do get men. I got a homegirl I went to college with. She had 2 kids by one man. They broke up. She tried to make it work with him. Good Christian girl. Tried to make it work. She went on a celibacy journey. She just got married last year. She just had a new baby. The man that she got with didn't have no kids. It's a lot of, if you know how to act as a single mom, men will date you. Do you want to know why? Half of the stuff y'all be complaining about that y'all cannot get from these single women with no kids, a woman with a child gonna do. She gonna cook, she gonna clean. They be wanting a little bit of stress relief, so they gonna do them indoor activities. They be ready to get them indoor activities going. She gonna be nurturing. Them men love that. They love it. The problem is, let me tell y'all what it is. The problem is a lot of men will get with a baby mama. Like, there's two different type of baby mamas, right? You got a baby mama that's looking to get saved by an older man or an unattractive man, and she, you know, like, and she got some bad kids. Those men that he not even really her type, but he provides financial stability. Yeah, her and them kids finna like mistreat that man. You know, like, it's gonna be, you ain't my daddy, all this kind of stuff. She gonna be, she ain't really, she gonna cheat on the man. She not gonna really be rocking with him like that. So you got the baby moms that get the men like that. And then you got the baby moms that get with the dudes that they was dating before they had, like, they type. That's when it works. When a baby mom gets with a man that is her type, that she actually would be attracted to, and she's not just getting with him for financial gain, that's when the whole situation works. And that's where she making sure that the kids are respecting the man and stuff like that. It's a formula. It's a whole formula to this. Okay, he said, I'm actually genuinely handsome. My face card travel across races and countries. I've been that nigga since elementary. And Eric actually talking some sense. I'm trying to explain to y'all the truth. This is really the truth. I don't care what y'all see on the internet. Fine men who always been fine do not give a damn about that baby mama stuff. Long as you ain't got too many kids, they don't care. They are dating the baby moms. They don't give a damn. They don't care. They actually have more realistic and healthy views towards women as well. You know why? They ain't never really just too much been jaded. They've been able to get women since the time to shoot. They can whatever remember. And it's not like they ain't never been through no heartbreaks, because they handsome, they be bouncing back from it. They don't move through life with the same mentality, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. They don't. They don't see stuff the way y'all do. They have a lot more grace for women. So that's why when I be telling the single baby moms, like, girl, why are you tripping about what these men got to say about you being a baby mom? Are you still fine? Okay. You got a nice personality? Okay. You know how to take care of a home? You know how to make a man feel good? Girl, you don't never got to worry about being no baby mama. These niggas don't care. They marrying the baby mamas. Didn't I just tell you about some baby mamas I know getting married?
Women. She's still cleaning the house. She's still cooking dinner. She's still taking care of my dad. She's still whatever. And then she'll go get a little bit of sleep. She's sick, but my mom never really gets to be down. So that's what I've seen. When my dad is sick, the world stops. I love you guys both. I love you very dearly. Mom and
all
dad.
men are like that.
Literally, my mom is gonna, she's still gonna cook. She's gonna clean. She's gonna take care of him. He gets the rest. Do you need anything? Let me bring you some soup. Real life experience that I had that almost made me feel like, oh my God, this is so much better than I thought it would be. I got sick and I was down for the count. I mean, I'm coughing.
Yo, life is not cookie cutter. I'm not promoting single motherhood. Let me be very clear. Girls, you should either wait till you get married or not have none at all. I'm happy I had mine, but I'm just saying. In an ideal world, that's how it would go. But this is the problem with too many people. This is the problem, the real problem with modern relationships. Y'all expect things to follow a certain like perfect cookie cutter line. And then y'all think that the outcomes, like y'all think if something goes this way, then automatically the outcome is this. And I'm telling y'all, it's messier than that. It's not what you think it should be, is the point that I'm trying to make. That is why, again, if you are an attractive woman and you have like one, and you got baby mama once, hell, and depending on the age that you are, after 30, you could have 2 or 3 niggas don't care. If your kid's older, a lot of things have to do with timing. It depends on the type of man that you're dating. Y'all can't make men care about things y'all care about. That's another thing I see a lot of men try to do. Y'all try to bully other men. I've had men literally come, yeah, I'm dating a baby mom and I don't care what nobody say because I like her. Sir, why are you whispering? Why you let these grown men bully you? Y'all be trying to grown men. What it is y'all be trying to bully the men that don't mind dating single moms into thinking like you. The reality is a lot of these dudes don't care the way y'all want them. They really don't care. I'm just being honest. They don't give a damn. Never gave a fuck. I met this woman on a dating app. Her face card is probably 7. She had 2 kids, preteen and teen. I think I'm going to turn up the risk because those think hind parts are my weakness. Hell, them kids dang near grown. That's what y'all got. Like at a certain age, especially when you getting over 30, you be like, them kids finna be out the house in like 5 years. We're gonna have a child-free house. Like, it's not a self-esteem issue. Those men like what they like. It don't have nothing to do with self-esteem. They don't care about what you expect them to care about. They like what they like, or they be like, you know what? This is the chick that's really rocks with me. Like, out of all the chicks I date, this single mom, this is what the dude told me. This single mom, she's a real one. She's a rider. Like, I know I can count on her no matter what. She finna be there. Like, I rock with that. Like, I know if I'm up, I'm down, she finna be there. Do you feel me? Like, them type of people are hard to find. Period. So when you recognize that, you gotta rock with it. It is what it is.
I'm
not trying to convince y'all to date single moms if you don't want to. I'm just saying the reality is what go on this whole internet thing. It's not what it really is out here in real life for real. Like, that's why I don't even be understanding when these women be getting hurt in their feelings over stuff y'all be saying. Cause I'm like, girl, get off the internet and go date.
My throat is sore. I got a migraine with light coming on and I just needed to sleep, like actual fever, right? And look it. And I say that to say that Brock literally went to get ginger. He went to get cayenne pepper. He went to get lemon. He went to get, and made me, because anytime he's sick, I make him this tea that my mom got from.
Didn't I just tell you, I bet Mariah wouldn't promote that, but will promote men to do that. Didn't I just tell you I love me a baby daddy? Didn't I just tell you got to come as a ready-made baby daddy if you gonna deal with me? What are you talking about? I don't mind helping take care of another woman's kids. Long as she cool, long as they ain't still messing around or nothing like that. Yeah, I got plenty love to go around. What did you write? Oh, this. The equivalent of dating a single mom as a childless man is a woman dating. That ain't the same. Now stop it. That is not the same as a woman dating a bisexual man. Stop it. The equivalent would be a single woman dating a man with a child. And to that, I would say depend on the man, girl. I have a cousin. My cousin is Derek James. I don't know if y'all know who that is. He a boxer. He trains boxers. He trained like Errol Spence and Ryan Garcia and all that. Okay. When his wife met him, he already had my cousin, his oldest son. And she ain't had no kids. And they got together and they got married. And look at how she living now. Luxurious. And she got with him before he had all what he had. That is the equivalent. It's the exact equivalent. The equivalent of a man dating a single mom is a woman dating a single baby daddy, and she ain't got no kids.
Her mom and who got from her mom. So it like really helps you with being sick. So
No,
with
it's
that being
not.
said,
No, it's not. It's a lot of women,
ingredient-
even in that situation, it's a lot of women that don't want to be stepmothers. They don't want to be stepmothers. And in that situation, his son lived with him, so it was full time. It's a lot of women that don't want to be stepmothers, but they need a man that they like, and then they fill that role because they love the man and they learn to love his kids. It's a lot of women that ended up being a stepmom to a single dad, and they had to overlook and overcome some things. But y'all don't see it the same because y'all don't see women as capable of having the same fears or having the same reservations as y'all. It's case by case for sure. Shout out my stepdad and stepmom. That's another thing. This would get on my nerve when people be trying to come for me talking about some of the stuff I be talking about is damaging to the black man. Y'all sit up here and act like a lot of y'all mamas and daddy, let's be very clear. The only way a lot of y'all mamas was able to put some up under that tree during Christmas time is because your daddy uncle was buying that shit. Let's be so for real. The only reason why a lot of y'all was able to keep them lights on all year round was because y'all daddy uncle made sure them lights got paid. Because you had a mama that was a finesser, and it is what it is. Let's not act like we don't know all what was going on in the 90s and the 80s. Let's stop. And then y'all will sit up and act like y'all care about young black men. And right now, it's a single mother epidemic. And y'all will act like y'all care about young black men, but then y'all don't want them to have any type of fatherly influence in the house. When a lot of y'all had a stepdaddy, or if you didn't have a stepdaddy, it was a nigga paying bills around there. You might not have known who it was, but he was around. Huh. A lot of y'all like to walk around pretending y'all weren't beneficiaries of the stepdaddies. Some of y'all still bitter because that man came around. When he came around, you had to straighten up. You ain't like that your mama let him talk to you like that. But guess what? Get over it. He was paying bills. He was the reason why you ate. Just keeping it real. If you don't preach, I gotta tell the truth, Andre. Because they acting like they don't know. They acting like we don't know what was going on in the 80s and 90s with that stepdaddy, that daddy uncle culture. Now they big and grown and tell another man, don't be no stepdaddy, but you claim to care about young black men. Then we'll sit up and complain that the young black men acting out of control because they don't got no guidance. Well, you done told all the men not to be no stepdaddy. So now they're running them up. I'm just telling the truth. Don't sell me hood mentality as black norms. We didn't all come from broken homes. No, it wasn't all, but let's not play. Let's not play these games. Yeah, it's a lot of black people that came from two-parent homes. That wasn't the majority. So if it's not the majority, then what is it? the majority is the norm. The majority of us didn't come from no two-parent home. So that's the norm that is the norm. I'm not selling it as a norm. That is the norm. It was the norm for a lot of us to have an uncle stepdaddy. That was normal. I'm just keeping it real. He came through every Christmas season. Made sure you had a game and everything. Stop playing. Might not be you specifically. Okay, you want to play like you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Most of the men traveling are becoming stepdad. Yeah, they be in other countries being stepdads, capping. They be dating women with multiple kids and do. The point is, act like a wife and keep your legs closed till you married. Well, hey, these women ain't climbing on top of themselves. My stepdad stepped up for my family after Katrina. I honestly wouldn't be half the man I am without him. Come on now. Come on now. This is a young black man that benefited from having a stepfather. It's a lot of black men in this travel space that be talking about single moms and don't be a stepdad. They had a stepdaddy, or they had an uncle daddy, or their mama might have ran through a couple of uncle daddies, but she always kept her uncle daddy in the cut. They ain't never gonna talk about it. You mentioning it is making it okay and selling. I'm not selling shit. I'm talking about the realities. I don't have to sell it. It's gonna go on regardless. Do you understand? Single motherhood is at an all-time high. I'm not selling it. I'm not promoting it. It just is what it is. It's the reality of the situation. I'm tired. I don't come on here to be fake. I don't get on here to stroke no egos and soothe no souls and paint no pictures of false realities. Y'all know what the hell was going on back then. And not enough of it is going on now in terms of stepdaddy culture. The YNs are running amok. They doing team takeovers. That shit would have never been happening in the 90s because they had an uncle daddy that was come snatch them up and beat their ass and make them respect their mama. Okay, y'all don't want to have these conversations. Y'all don't want to have no real conversation. Y'all want to have a conversation based off of ego. A lot of y'all want to have a conversation based off of your anger towards women. And y'all not thinking about society as a whole. Although you speaking facts, you're dragging racist. I don't give a fuck. Call it what you want to call it. Racist facts. That's what we'll call it. Women control sex, men control relationships. Kelvin, while I salute him, I would never recommend to any man because that's not the best life has to offer. It might have been the best to that man. Y'all can't determine what these men, not everybody want what y'all want. Not every man, here's the thing, not every man want to travel the world and go get him a wife from a foreign country. Most men are very simple. This is the reality of the matter. Most men are very simple. They want to go to work and be able to pay their bills. They want to have a good woman, a comfortable home, and they want to come home after work and they want to get them something to drink or a beer and turn on the game and be the king of their castle. That's what most men want to do. And it was a lot of them stepdaddies and uncle daddies that was able to do that with their single mom back in the day. They don't need all what y'all need. So to them, that's a good life. That's what they want for themselves. That's what bring them peace. Okay, she go in the kitchen and cook them tacos like Yvette. And he get him a little cutty before he go to sleep. He got more than majority of these men sitting up complaining about women. I'm just keeping it real. You gotta find you one that's that's about that action. Y'all some lame niggas that go overseas and play stepdaddy to some Spanish chick. Yeah, I see it all the time. And I'm not even mad at that. But just stop fronting. Stop fronting. That's all I got to say. Stop fronting.
Then he boiled the water. He put the water in a cup. He didn't know how to make it, but he brought all the spices and the ginger and the lemon on the side for me to put it in the cup. I've never experienced that before. I've never experienced me getting to be down when I'm sick. Mostly because I don't let myself be down. But I was so wrecked. Like I felt like such crap. No.
What do you mean by you wouldn't let yourself be down?
We as women are trained and groomed, to be quite honest, into we deal with pain and we keep it pushing. It's like we have our period, our whole freaking uterus lining is falling off every single month, and yet we still go to work. And yet we still run errands, and yet we still go to the gym, and yet we still do all it. We're trained. We're trained to push through. But that took me out. And in that moment, my husband took care of me. And it's crazy because I wouldn't even, in my past, I would just be like, no, I'm okay. It's fine. Go do you. Like, go live your life or go whatever. I'm just going to rest. So
nobody's ever made you feel safe to let your hair down in that way in the past?
I didn't even think that was a possibility. I didn't think that was real. I thought that was for women that dated broke men, to be honest.
What? Get out of here.
Swear to God.
Stop
men
playing.
that don't have jobs and that are stay-at-home husbands. That's what I thought that was reserved for. I didn't think that was reserved for the masculine, successful. I did not, because I had never experienced that. Never.
Yeah.
And now I'm learning, oh my God, it's like this over here. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay. So I know you've said this before, but I kind of want to give a scenario and give further context to what we talked about before. So scenario, you and Brock are probably at the peak of your marriage. Everything is lovely. Let's just say you just found out you're pregnant. You're in your first trimester. Everything is like blissful and blessed. What is the definition of blessed again? What did you say?
Superlatively happy.
That one. And he loses everything, stresses him out so much where he brings it, like messes with his health, and he can no longer be the support that you need him to be, especially now that you're pregnant. How would you navigate that?
You navigate it. You regulate your own emotions.
You know what it is? I ain't gonna hold you. I've been a down chick. If a dude is going through a hard time, I ain't never left a man because he was going through a hard time financially. Never done it. The problem is men don't like you. A lot of men will not like you anymore after you be with them during a hard time. And I'm not even the type to be like, oh my gosh, throwing it in your face that you're going through a hard time financially. Like, no, we can cut back. We can eat at the house. I had a boyfriend one time. He got into a car wreck, lost his car. The insurance was taking forever. I got up every morning and took him to work until he was able to get a new car. Same thing happened to me. By the third day, he had to go take me to work. He was acting like it was a bother to him. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. After you stay with some men, when they go through stuff, it's like, even if you was a great sport and encouraged them and like never threw nothing you did up in their face or never like tried to like comfort their masculinity or something, a lot don't like, I don't know what it is. Some people, they just be unappreciative. But, I agree. Like, I'm like her. Like, I mean, if y'all just going through financial hardship, if you can pick up the slack, that's just what needs to be done. But unfortunately, a lot of times that comes with a lot of just changed behavior towards you for real. But you got to do the right thing, regardless.
Focus on the bigger goal. I feel like this is a thing too, right? Now, I do not believe that women should ever lead with money. I don't believe that. And also, I am in the top 1% of America. I am not struggling, and neither is Brock. If I fall and I bring in zero money, I will be okay because he's got me. If he falls and he brings in zero money, he will be okay because I got him. That is what true partnership is. If you lose your job, or he doesn't have a job, if you lose your business, That's okay. What's the pivot? What are we leaning into? I think that's really the question that needs to happen. I think when people start to lose track, and that's what a good woman is going to do, is remind you who you are, remind you what you're capable of, and help you create clarity around what is next. It's not for me to say, let me fix all the problems. It's while you are getting yourself together, and I am in support of that, also, what is next? I think it's selfish. I think we as women are selfish. I think we think that the entire world revolves around us.
Duh.
A lot of women
I'm being
do.
serious.
I'm
Like,
being serious too.
Okay,
I'm
a
being
lot of women
serious.
do.
Of course, we carry life. We incubate it. We birth it. We raise it. We nurture it. We are the incubators for the future generation. I'm not saying that people should kiss the ground that we walk on, but if
I
we're
feel
a
like
damn
that's
good
the
woman,
energy that we give.
I believe if we are a damn good woman and in our femininity and doing the things, dang gummit, you better kiss the ground I walk on, especially if I'm shining it and making sure it's clean for you to do so.
I think that's such an entitlement mindset, because this is the thing. We as women, yes, we do a lot, but so do men. There are so many responsibilities that they have. Like the same way how we tell our girlfriends, men have no idea all the stuff that we do. We have no idea the amount of pressure they feel. And I think that that's where a lot of relationships go wrong, because men
I think this depends on the man too, because like, what type of man are you? Like, what type of man you date? For example, I ain't never really well, I have, but since then, all the men that I've dated help. Like, so for example, if I cook, they be wanting to come help me clean the dishes, or they might get in there and help me in the kitchen, or they've always been willing to, like, if I need help around the house, like, to come help me do stuff too. So I don't know. I've dated men that are pretty egalitarian, and then on top of that, they work and do a lot of the same stuff that I do. So I feel like we can relate to each other more. And then because I work a lot, I work like a dog. I'm able to understand it. Like, no, sometimes even though a man got free time, he just don't want to talk. Because sometimes I just don't want to talk. And that's okay. You don't have to always show up for me in that way. If you don't have the capacity and you just need some time to catch yourself, because I be needing time to catch myself. And a lot of women, we don't consider stuff like that, to be honest, especially when we really like a dude, we just be on them too much. I also don't have that mentality like a man gotta kiss the ground I walk on either. I never had that mentality. Just be like, it's enough to just be kind and considerate. That's it. Like, it's enough to just be kind and considerate, not necessarily worshiping the ground I walk on.
Much pressure we can't see.
And women don't.
I'm gonna be kind and considerate.
No, we have emotional toil that they don't understand. They have pressure that we don't understand. And I think that it's not until you can understand and appreciate the fact that this man has responsibilities for you and for him. And just being a black man in America is hard. I'm trying to tell you.
Being a black woman in America is hard too.
Yeah, but it's different because we have sisterhood.
But it's just
men don't have the same thing, and it's taboo to get help.
Also,
a lot
think
of
about
it this way. Inside of mental health, how is
a lot of these women don't have no real sisterhood. Like, yeah, I guess we can vent to each other more, but a lot of women don't have no real sisterhood or real friends either. Men will keep the same. Yeah, men they don't necessarily vent to each other in the same way that women vent to each other in terms of their emotions. But it's because men handle that stuff different type of way. They go fishing together, or they go play basketball and get that stuff. Men will keep the same group of friends for 20 years. They can maintain that before a woman can maintain that. I'll tell you that much. He said single mothers are still great people, but we need all single daddies and mamas together. Leave the single kitty alone. If the single ones want to mess with them, though, you can't tell them not to. But here's the thing. Like I said, I'm not trying to convince y'all, because I never had a problem pulling a single dad, and I never had a problem pulling a childless man either. And I love at this age, You actually got to be a stepdaddy. I don't want to deal with no childless man. You have to be you have to be a baby daddy. Okay? An ex-husband. Something, baby. You can't come to me with no kids. Because then I don't want you looking at me to have none.
That it's men that are leading the charges in suicide. They don't have support. They don't have an outlet. That is a problem. We have each other. And I think that it's not to say
That's kind of
no, but this is what I'm saying.
Perception.
No, that's not perception. It's statistically proven that there are more men committing suicide than women.
I'm not talking about the suicide rate. I'm talking about the women commute. Man, all right.
And on top of us having support, even if you only have 2 or 3 friends, the craziest part inside of life personally that I think is, we think that because we have it harder, because we're seeking needs and fulfilling them before they're expressed, we're making sure that we are porn stars in the bedroom. We're making sure that we are great moms. We're making sure that we're keeping our bodies fit. Yes, we're doing all of these things.
And because of all of those things, you should kiss the ground and walk. What are you saying?
No.
That you
No, I'm saying that's not all there is. The world does not revolve around
it's not
us.
that you just gotta
The
do.
same
Like,
way that
girl, girl, you need to be fit for you. Not thinking that a man, because I'm fit, a man should kiss the ground I walk on. Girl, you trying to have longevity in your life. You try to keep, you know what I'm saying? As far as you turning it out in the bedroom, girl, what you finna do? You finna have a sexless marriage? Or you finna be in there bored every night? What you finna do, girl? And then you have the kids, you gotta take care of them kids. You want to get with a man that sees everything that you do and appreciates it and is kind and considerate of you, but all that worship the ground I walk on, girl, what? Even though I was raised in NYC, most of my dating been in the South. I think you find a higher concentration of good women there, single moms included. Yeah, like when y'all be talking about American women don't cook, I don't understand. Because us Southern girls, we get in the field, we get in that kitchen, and we know how to put something to that stove. So I don't know what y'all be talking about when y'all say that. Well, that's what y'all want.
Doing all of these things is the same way that this man that is exhausted, that is overworked and underpaid, or his dreams haven't paid off yet, or he feels like the dating pool doesn't even take him serious because he doesn't make $100,000 plus a year, or maybe he feels like he's, Lord forbid, he be 5'10", Lord forbid he be 5'8", and now it's even harder for him.
I have a genuine question, and y'all answer it for me. Are the women really telling y'all that y'all got to make 6 figures? Are those like real conversations? Like, let's take it off the internet. Are y'all going on dates with women and they're telling y'all that you have to make 6 figures? Are y'all going on dates with women and they're asking you your annual income every year on the first date? Or are they just like, I feel like you can pretty much guesstimate if you just ask a man what he does for a living. Like, I would never ask a man, especially on the first date, how much money he makes. Yeah, that question used to be figured out by what do you do? Are they really telling y'all don't make enough? It's not what they saying, it's how they act, honestly. Well, how are they acting? They'll let you know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta break it down.
He's ready to be loyal. He's ready to be committed. He's ready to take care of his wife. But women won't even take him serious because he's not 6 feet tall. There are so many intangible pressures that we as women put on men, and so many intangible pressures that men have in themselves. And I'm not saying that we don't have emotional toil. I'm saying that we need to be aware that the world revolves around us, not around like us being he and her, not us around women.
I can understand.
And that's why I think people are just not doing well in relationships. I really do think that. And that was my realization when I'm talking about Brock bringing me the tea while I'm sick. I've always thought that the world kind of revolved around my person. What can I do to make you better? How can I help you feel better? Do you feel loved? Do you feel desired? Do you feel appreciated? What can I do? Did you notice how I color coordinated your closet? Did you notice how I lay your drawers out a certain type of way? Did you notice how every morning I make you tea and I give you your vitamins and make sure that you're healthy? Did you notice that when we read the Bible in the morning and we study and he prays over my word and I'm like, okay, and did you notice that I'm doing all of these things and I don't even know all the things that he does because he doesn't express them. So what I'm saying is most men won't. Most men do not. Am I crazy?
I'm with you. I have a little thing I say, and from the very first date, a man 9 out of 10 times got to die for you. Like from the very
Now that I
first
agree.
date.
Me and Sho talked about this earlier. I agree with that.
So it's
1000%.
like just that pressure alone, I think women are taking for granted. Just me being outside in public with you, I hold responsibility. And that's a female friend, a partner, a wife, so on and so forth.
Period.
So I agree. Everybody has pressures just being on this earth.
Yes.
And I think they should both be acknowledged and both be respected and
Yes.
both be
That's what I'm saying. Both people, in order for a relationship to work and both people to be happy, both people have to be considerate of the other person and acknowledge their humanity. Both people. If both people ain't going into it like that, that relationship bound to fail. It ain't working. What's up? ¿Tú eres latina o no? No. Soy afroamericana y blanca. Oh yeah, and where do you recommend a man with a family move to in the DR to raise kids? Also, how can men express without complaining? I mean, just say what you want to say. The thing is, when men say certain things, when you want to express yourself, then to a woman, always come with a solution behind that. You know, if you don't want to sound like you complaining. But honestly and truly, if she love you, you can complain. I don't know the best place. I'm in Santo Domingo and I really like it. I heard Santiago was really nice. I haven't been over there yet. Piantini and Naco neighborhood in Santo Domingo. Yeah, I heard those are really nice. I'm over here on the east side. If a woman doesn't allow me to express myself, I cheat. But what if the hoe don't? I'm just playing. What if your side chick don't allow you to express yourself either?
And appreciate it. And appreciate it. And that's the problem. I think that women think that they do it all and they don't. We don't. I do a lot. Let me tell you, I feel like I do a lot. A lot. I'm even doing what's not asked for. I do a lot.
No, y'all. I was like moving because like I'm in the process of looking for like a permanent apartment that I want to stay in. And I was just so happy to have my man there. Because I had to move. I was moving to Airbnbs because I needed somewhere with like a bigger space for me to film content. And I was so happy he brought them damn suitcases up the stairs for me, them heavy suitcases. I ain't had to lift a finger, baby. Thank you, sir. You speak Spanish really good. Where you learn your Spanish? In Texas. I learned Spanish in Texas. I started learning when I was like 10. Gracias. Qué amable. Oh, sí. Aprendí español de los mexicanos en Texas antes de venir a Colombia. Y también viví en Colombia por 2 años.
And it's so funny. I said this in a skit, but it's actually the truth. I could literally not repeat an outfit for 2 years without doing laundry. Not even the same pair of underwear. I could literally do that. I don't have to do laundry. And yet I'm doing laundry weekly and we have a cleaner.
First interview?
No.
You might want to prepare more. I've got an MBA, 10 years in the field. This role is mine.
We'll see.
Cute. Tell us about yourself.
Man,
So I
man, they be
have an
talking
MBA
so
from
damn
what's a top 10 program.
fast. They be talking so damn. I be like, bruh. And I know my boyfriend be getting mad at me because I be like, Monday, like, bruh, what the fuck are you saying? Like, but they be talking, and or when he send me a voice note, I be playing it 3 times. Voice note 3 times. They have so much slang and like they be cutting up their words. Like instead of saying está, they be like ta. Instead of saying estoy, they be like toy. And then like that's how they be talking so fast because they don't be saying the whole word. Donde vivía en Colombia? Medellín.
Be real.
I mean, that statement was real.
Oh, okay.
That is real. I literally could not, but I'm doing, he likes his sweats a certain way. He likes his drawers a certain way. He likes whatever. And he's never even said it. I can just tell because he does these little things when he's like, oh, you put and he's not even the most like wordy person. He's not going to be like, dang, Sarah, like, but he shows appreciation in his way. And I don't think that we as women are taking enough time to really acknowledge the ways that one, they even show appreciation because they're not women. Men appreciate in man ways, not in women ways. But then we get mad that they don't appreciate in women ways. But we didn't marry a woman. We're not dating a woman. We chose a man. Men are not the same. As my mother says, we are from different worlds, completely opposite. We're different species. I cannot expect people from
Colombian Spanish is way different from Caribbean Spanish, but they be loving my accent here. They be loving my accent. So even my boyfriend, he be teaching me some words, some slang, so I understand it. But he be like, "Don't talk like that. Keep your accent." I'm just teaching you so you know what it means.
Jupiter to understand people from Mars unless they are intentional about learning each other's language. And I don't think enough women are interested in learning the language of a man. That's ultimately what I'm saying.
I can agree.
I got a question from Charlove 1026.
You know
Is
what?
it wrong to be in a relationship?
I'm gonna wrap it up, y'all, because I've been on here a long time and I'm not doing no 6-hour live. Okay, so I think we got to the point. Y'all like it when I talk about these things. Y'all seem interested. Y'all love getting on here and giving y'all opinion about these modern relationships. And maybe next time we'll focus on some. Has estado en el capítulo la 42? No, todavía no. So let me wrap this up. Oh, I want to do a deep dive. Y'all tell me if y'all are interested in this content. I want to do a Thailand deep dive. I also want to do a deep dive on the Africans because there's a lot of African channels on here, y'all. And I see they be going in on Black travelers. Like they be going in on Black travelers just in general. And I'm like, what's going on in Africa with the, African American Africans, okay? So I want to talk about that. I want to do a deep dive on Thailand. I want to get into some different stuff, okay? So y'all let me know if y'all want to hear about that kind of stuff. Spanish is Spanish, though. If you don't know it, you understand different countries have a different accent or dialect, just like her from the South versus a female. I mean, yeah, to an extent. Okay, you got to think about it this way. A lot of mainland Americans, when they go to Jamaica, they don't understand what the hell them Jamaicans saying. Like, technically, they speak in English, or not even just Jamaicans. I'm going to do one better. Something that's more moderate. Virgin Islanders, right? Because to me, their accent is way more clearer than like a Jamaican. I love Virgin Island accent. But a lot of mainland Americans have a very difficult time understanding Virgin Islanders. even though they're speaking English. So they got all these conjugation, they got all these conjunctions, they got all this slang, they mixing up all these words. They say things a little bit differently than us. So even the mainlanders have a hard time understanding it. Thailand will give you years of content. Okay. One thing what our man gonna do is let us know he do not be tricking and he do not approve. All right, y'all. I will see y'all back tomorrow around the same time. Y'all enjoy y'all's evening. Get some rest. Have a good day tomorrow. Goodbye.